Some family members of crew aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln say they're worried about their health and safety. The aircraft carrier has spent a record 9 months deployed amid the war in Iran. President Trump today downplayed those concerns.
That ship is moving right now, or very shortly, and it's being replaced with another very similar ship.
Has the deployment gone on too long?
No. Not nearly long enough.
Today, the president asked the Supreme Court to allow construction on his White House ballroom to continue while it appeals the lower court's order halting construction. Luigi Mangione admitted to killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York City almost 2 years ago as he pleaded guilty to 2 federal charges. He faces life in prison when he's sentenced in December. His attorneys are seeking the dismissal of state murder charges, saying it would be unconstitutional to try Mangione again. That trial is due to begin next month. This is ABC News. Summer still has more than a month to go, but California is preparing for what could be a historic El Niño winter, says ABC's Alex Stone.
Meteorologists are warning all the signs are here for California to get a historic rainy season around the new year as a powerful El Niño is strengthening in the Pacific Ocean. The National Weather Service saying there is currently a 69% chance the El Niño will exceed the strength of all El Niños ever recorded. Dr. Daniel Swain is at the University of California.
The numbers I'm seeing, the numbers that other climate and weather folks are seeing are frankly pretty extraordinary.
Now some California communities like Marin are doing flood training, filling sandbags, and practicing levee protection techniques. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
The mayor of Lawrence, Massachusetts, Brian DePena, has been arrested, charged with misusing a COVID-19 small business loan to pay off mortgages and to help fund his own campaign. I'm Brian Clark. ABC News.
Another arsonist arrested in Spokane. More on that straight ahead. But first, let's check out your commute brought to you by your Seattle Mariners. Maple Valley Highway, northbound 169, remains closed at milepost 19, where a tall truck took down some power lines this morning. So drivers are being detoured to Cedar Grove Road, which does not get you back onto 169. Instead, it is a very long detour route that eventually kicks you out on Issaquah Hobart Road. So a reminder, big rigs need to avoid northbound 169 because you can't, you're not supposed to drive on Izzy Hobart. It's just not made for big rigs. Southbound traffic still flowing through the scene. Tacoma to Olympia already struggling, taking 55 minutes. You got 14 miles of scattered backups between DuPont and Olympia. And here in Seattle, South 5, we're struggling from Northgate to I-90 and North 5, scattered backups between the Michigan Curve and Ship Canal Bridge. Don't miss fireworks nights all summer presented by T-Mobile. The next show is August 21st as the Mariners take on the Cubs. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. We're learning that a second arsonist was arrested in Spokane this week. This is for a fire that investigators say was set in a grassy area on the north side of the city yesterday morning. It quickly threatened homes and businesses before neighbors rushed in with garden hoses to put it out. Witnesses in surveillance video showed a man pour something on the ground and then walk away before the area started smoking. Spokane County Sheriff's deputies got a description and arrested a 35-year-old man. Also Thursday, a man was arrested for setting a fire in a field August 8th. It ballooned to the size of a football field near an industrial area before being extinguished. And the destructive Old Trails fire was also believed to be arson. A man in his 30s has been charged with that. Seattle fire crews spent hours putting out a large fire this morning at the South Transfer Station in South Park. No word yet on what sparked the fire, but city's operation manager Tammy Clausen tells KIRO 7 TV batteries are often to blame.
This is a great opportunity for residents to take those batteries, are a frequent fire starter, so take those batteries out of your trash and take them to the household hazardous waste.
Seattle Public Utilities says it deals with at least one fire a month at their waste facilities. Nobody was hurt in the fire this morning. We're learning more about a very tragic case in Graham, where deputies responded just after 6 p.m. yesterday to a call about a missing 5-year-old girl who was later found dead. James Lynch has more.
The girl was reported missing by her grandmother after she couldn't find the girl for more than 10 minutes. It happened at a home near 39th Avenue Southwest and 92nd Avenue East. When deputies arrived, they found the girl down in the yard, but they couldn't get close to her. Pierce County Detective Josh Mills explains.
A large aggressive dog was between them and the child. The dog would not let them to the child. They had to shoot the dog as it was aggressive and they couldn't get to the kid.
Detective Mills says the girl's body had signs of an animal attack. Investigators are now waiting on the medical examiner to confirm which animal was responsible. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
A light rail extension to West Seattle has been pushed back another 3 years to 2035. KIRO News Radio's Chris Sullivan says this is the second delay.
Big-time delays for the folks in that community. The good news is at least Sound Transit says it is currently funded and fundable under their current circumstances, which includes that $35 billion hole going forward. So it looks like they're going to go with this. It's just going to take maybe 9 years from now until we'll be able to open to West Seattle.
You can find a deep dive on this project at mynorthwest.com. Now let's dive into that forecast. Another hazy day with some upper atmosphere, wildfire smoke lingering, otherwise mostly sunny, and 79 for our high. Morning clouds, afternoon sun through the weekend with highs right around 80. Mostly sunny and 66 right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Happy Friday to everybody out there listening. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Spike's already rocking out. What are you playing? What are you playing in your head?
Guitar, this.
Oh, this song. Yeah, it's a good song. Jake Skorheim here. Spike O'Neill right there.
Happy Friday, my brother.
Happy Friday to you.
Oh, what a show.
Very exciting times.
You are a man on the streets. You are a man on the streets this morning. I heard you.
Did you hear me on Seattle's Morning News?
Yes.
My first appearance.
Oh.
Very exciting.
Didn't that feel, I got to do that once about a year and a half ago.
Did it give you chills?
It did. I don't know what it was, but I felt like the first time I'd ever really called into a radio station all over again. You know, because
which is how your career started.
It is how my career started. But
yeah.
The first time you hear your voice on air, I mean, we get kind of numb to how much awesome power we have.
That's true. They're very powerful.
But you know, when I heard you call in today, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I actually felt like I was kind of slumming it because our show is obviously the best and everybody else is kind of secondary.
Did you?
I felt like I was blessing them with some of my perspective on their show, which is a very well-received show. People do like it.
They do like it, but that's what teammates do.
I'm joking, by the way, obviously.
Teammates do. Teammates reach down and bring others up.
We all
lift each other's up.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
So this morning, here's what happened this morning. It's about 7:50, maybe, I don't know, close to 8 o'clock. My commute every day is I live up in Snohomish County, and I drive south on 5 to the station. And on Fridays, Friday traffic, they talk about Friday light. It's always great. I'm always excited because when I drive under that estimating sign that estimates how long it's going to be before you're downtown, on Fridays, when that normally says like 67 or maybe like 82 minutes in the weekdays, on Fridays today, it said like 35 minutes to downtown. I'm like, yes.
That feels like a fresh cup of coffee.
It was, which I've got in front of me right now.
It's a wonderful feeling, man.
It's a great feeling. So I'm buzzing along, just like sailing down there. I'm in the far left lane, but not the HOV lane because obviously I'm just a single person.
Man, following the law.
Following the law. I'm buzzing down there, enjoying my ride, listening to Seattle's morning news. I'm eating my breakfast sandwich that I make every day. It's just a nice, cozy experience. And then brake lights, traffic backs up, complete stop. And I'm looking around and I'm like, oh man, there must be some accident. And I was in a weird spot where I'm like kind of at the crest of a little hill right before, I think it's the 182nd exit there if you're heading south, but it's right by 128th if you're heading north. Anyway, whatever it was. Traffic is a complete standstill. And I'm just far enough that I can't see the front of whatever's causing the traffic. I assume it's an accident. I can see police lights in the distance, but I can see beyond a wide open freeway, which means that there is clearly something happening nearby. So I'm sitting there, and the guy gets out next to me. He's in a plumber truck. We start chat. We're literally just
you're not waiting for
a
brake lights.
We are not moving.
Yeah,
we're not moving.
Feeling.
All of these emergency vehicles start flying by on the shoulder, and we're like, oh man. And again, we can't really see what's going on, so it's kind of a mystery to us. And I'm talking to this guy, super nice guy. If you're listening right now, plumber guy, I hope you had a great rest of your morning, as I did. But we're sitting there, and we're just standing next to our trucks in dead stop traffic, enjoying the novelty of the moment. We don't know what's going on, but there's not an accident on South 5. I can't see any car accident up there. All I see is police lights. And then I notice on southbound, because you can kind of see through the median there, on northbound lanes, there's nobody coming north. And freeways are usually pretty loud, and it was silent, aside from just the idling cars.
Yeah.
And me and this guy talking, and we're both like, this is a really weird situation to be in. And in my head, I was like, the only time I'd ever been in stop traffic where both north and south I-5 lanes were stopped was back in 2000. I mean, it must have been like 2014 or something. But Barack Obama was in town.
Oh, yeah. Presidential motorcade shut it all down.
Presidential motorcade shut the entire thing down, and he was coming over from like East Side fundraisers.
Pick up a few checks over in the island.
He was picking up a check.
Yeah, a few checks.
So I saw his motorcade, but it had that same feeling because nobody was moving. We're all just kind of sitting there waiting. Yeah. So I'm like, this is bad traffic. Something happened. So I called into Seattle's Morning News, and I found out live on the air as they were talking. Charlie Harger tells me, well, there's a person in distress on this. There's a pedestrian bridge.
Yeah.
There's a person in distress. Somebody's having a situation. And so they had to shut down all the lanes. And now we have found out. And we have a video. Can we play this video, Laura? We don't have this video.
Yeah, sorry. Our video stuff is not working right now.
No worries. So so I took a video just sitting there.
In traffic.
And then once we got moving again, I felt so bad because they started letting, like in drips and drabs, the people heading south. A little bit of pressure was released.
Okay.
And then down the way, you can see people who are heading north on 5. They're literally trying to take that turnout where the cops can use for turnouts.
Oh, but in the median.
In the median.
Yes.
Yeah, where cops wait.
Yeah.
There's all these, those are all filled with people who are now turning, getting back onto South 5 just to get out of there, just to have another option. There was people driving up the on-ramp on 128th. The on-ramp to North 5, there was people heading in the wrong direction, a line of cars. It was crap. I've never seen anything like that. And now, as it turns out, what we know was happening, it was just some guy who was just hanging out on the bridge. It wasn't like, according to the stories that I've read, it's a disorderly conduct situation.
Yeah.
He was arrested.
It wasn't a person in distress.
It was not a suicide situation.
Right.
Could you even, would that drop even kill someone? I mean, I suppose if there's cars underneath it, possibly.
Well, that's why they stop traffic, because that fall in itself may not be enough to take a life. But if someone falls into traffic, that person runs the risk of collision with a car, and that puts every driver at risk as well.
According to the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office, they say it appeared the suspect was just, quote, climbing and hanging for, quote, for fun, non-compliant when deputies ordered him to get down. This is a piece from My Northwest. You guys can read about this there with pictures. Running back and forth on that bridge. What would you even do in a situation like that? If you're one of the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office deputies, or you're one of the Washington State Patrol troopers who were out there was a ton of them, and they're just like, I mean, what do? You just watch this guy go back and forth.
Yeah, boy, what a great question, because as a member of the law enforcement or first response community, you've sworn an oath, right? You're there
keep them safe.
To keep them safe, to keep the public safe, to put yourself often at risk to keep the public safe.
Yeah.
It's a hard job. We all recognize and respect it. It's a hard job, no matter which element of first responders you find yourself in.
Sure.
The same way that a fire responder has to respond to arsonists.
Yeah.
I think about an officer who has to get up on a bridge and work to help save a chucklehead from himself.
Who just is having fun. He wasn't even in
let me speculate for a second, because he was having fun, but I guarantee you, I would bet my house that he was recording for social media content.
Oh, man.
Right? Because
you think?
I do. I think that, I mean, why are you, unless you really do have a little bit of a few
screws loose,
a few cards short of a deck, 52. Yeah. If you're out there just climbing and hanging above an expressway for fun to starting your weekend right, had a bunch of Monster Energy drinks, going to go scale a pedestrian bridge outside fence.
Who's he trying to? I don't get it.
I think he's gathering content for social media.
But then wouldn't that implicate him in an illegal activity, and wouldn't that be an arrestable offense?
Does that stop anybody from posting their stupidity on social media?
No.
It doesn't. Remember the guys who jumped off the Space Needle?
Yeah.
Right? They filmed the whole thing.
Yeah, but then nobody ever got him. Nobody ever arrested him.
So there you go. And this guy probably was, and maybe he feeling that the trespassing misdemeanor charge, slap on the wrist, He's got content now that can generate him thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views.
You think
build
about
a little financial business model doing this.
You think about all of the peoples whose day was. It's funny because how quickly your feelings change about it. So I'm stuck in the traffic. Me and my plumber buddy, we're talking. We finally get back in our trucks. We salute and wish him well. We go on our way. I say a little prayer. Because I'm like, God, who's ever on that bridge?
You're a man of compassion and empathy. Of course you do.
Whatever's that situation is, please let it be resolved.
I'm right back in the beginning of It's a Wonderful Life. Help, my friend, Lord.
Yes. Yeah, but I don't know at that point.
No, you don't know who he is or what
I don't
he's
know at
going
that
through.
point that it's even a jumper.
Right.
I just know that there's a bad-looking accident over there because there's all the lights, but I can't really see what it is, so I'm just assuming whatever. But then when I find out it's just a guy who's hanging out on a bridge being a jerk,
right?
Then I'm like,
there you go.
Do we have
this is
there you go. This is once I start pulling away, I have my phone.
Backup. This is the intrusion.
Look at all those cars.
Yeah, I see them. Do you waive a ticket for those guys breaking traffic by doing the median, the emergency cut through on the freeway median?
I know that the police were saying that's a no-no.
It is a no-no.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Would you give him a pass today?
Yeah, of course.
How about somebody going the wrong way up an off-ramp? That freaked me out. When you mentioned that freaked me out.
That on-ramp thing was kind of crazy.
That's a recipe for disaster.
But nobody's moving. Like, what are you supposed to do in that situation?
That's
literally
life.
Moving.
To quote great Frank Sinatra. If
what all the people say.
If this guy who's got a misdemeanor, trespassing charge, I'm not sure the exact nature of his charges.
Yeah.
Right? Suppose somebody has a horrible accident because of his act of public disregard, disrespect, stupidity.
It's true,
judgment.
but since nobody's moving, and maybe you're going 2 miles an hour,
if somebody's
so it's not going to be a horrible accident.
Well, then it's a matter of degree. I mean, we talk about what we.
You might get an offender bender, but then you're going to be on the hook for that because they'll
shouldn't this guy? He caused this.
Should he be on the hook for all those people doing stupid things in their cars?
Probably not.
Probably not. But
it just drives me crazy.
What should his punishment be? I think he should get spanked for sure.
With a Hot Wheels track.
He should get spanked.
Sorry.
Absolutely.
Sorry. Post-dad stress disorder.
My dad had a paddle.
Yeah. We had a paddle. My dad.
I have to go get it.
Whatever was closest was pretty much. That was my mom. To be more honest, that was my mom. Was whatever was closest to mom. The old man had a paddle.
My mom didn't punish. My mom was a wait until your father gets home.
Oh yeah. Well yeah. Of course. Yeah. That's just fear.
She's not going to get her hands dirty. She's too smart for that.
Look at the old man's. This is under the old man. So I got dinner ready. The old man take care of it.
After
you have to go outside and get your own Switch off the tree.
No, because I didn't grow up in the 1950s.
I did. I'm not 50s, but I did.
Did you? What kind of Switch would you pick?
There was a Weeping Willow. It was bad. No, there was not a good option. It was not a good option. You bring in a baby sprout, little sprig, and they're like, no.
You went for the spruce tree again.
Yeah, no.
He's a genius.
Yeah, I grabbed you a fern. And that was, to be fair, that was my grandmother's next door neighbor, Miss Alma.
Oh, really?
Miss Alma, who watched us during the day. Took a village to keep my brother and I in line.
I don't blame my parents for the, this is a side note, I don't blame for the paddling. I applaud them for it.
I deserved every one I ever got.
Every single
Absolutely.
one. And
probably twice as many as I got.
I look back on it with fond memories as much as you can.
And you psychologists, save your calls and texts. We know. We've heard the results. We've heard the studies. We know.
You look at a generation, honestly, like you look at a generation of kids.
None of us were climbing over the freeway hanging off.
None of us were. I guarantee you, that guy on the freeway, nobody's ever spanked his butt. Ever.
That's a fair bet.
You can put that in a video and put that out there. That guy has never been spanked.
Amen.
You know who got a ton of spankings growing up? Me.
This guy, that guy.
Guess how many times I've climbed for fun on a bridge and blocked thousands of people's entry into traffic, and it's blocked them from getting to work on time?
0.
0 times.
We're glad nobody was injured.
What would you say if
he wasn't in distress?
Yeah, obviously we're glad for all those things, but somebody should have spanked his butt 20 years ago.
Maybe that's better than a fine.
Yeah.
He's going to get a day in court and a misdemeanor.
You know what? It better he gets a spanking at 10 than to climb on a bridge at 25 thinking he's going to impress the world, and he ends up falling off and getting hurt. I mean, it's a recipe for disaster. That guy's got. It's not. I mean, somebody who's willing to do that with all that attention, that's somebody who's obviously, that's a cry for help, I think.
Or attention, at least. Help. Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever. All right. If you guys got stuck in it, let me know how you navigated through.
What's the punishment?
Yeah, what punishment should we give this guy? If you could decide what punishment this guy gets, that should almost be our question.
I know. I know. We have a great one, though. We have a great one.
Is it better than our Sound Transit question of the day? I don't know if it is.
No, I think we should
stick with Sound Transit.
We know. Yeah,
right.
let's get into this.
Speaking of people who deserve a spanking, let's get over to Sound Transit. Sound Transit has announced, in a shocking shock of all move, I've never heard news that has shocked me more. Then it's almost like the feeling of being spanked for correction. Just a shock.
And having your allowance taken away. How about that?
And your allowance is taken away, and just like you go, I cannot believe I'm in this situation. It's just so unexpected. Sound Transit has announced that their West Seattle link extension is no longer going to make it by 2032. So if you were already planning a trip and bought your ticket, you're going to have to get some sort of a refund on that. It's now pushed out to 2035. And is this not just the most obvious story and expected story in the world, Spike?
You know what? Can I give you a little silver lining on this?
Yeah.
Let me give you a little ray of sunshine here, a little glimmer of hope, if I may.
Please.
So initially, this line was scheduled to open when first voted upon by the citizenry to start taking our tax dollars, scheduled to open in 2030. They pushed it back to 2032.
Sure.
Yesterday's Sound Transit meeting announced they'll be making a further 3-year delay of the project, now scheduled to open in 2035.
Gee.
That was a day after we got the news that the $97 million allocated for land acquisition along the route, the 55 properties, was now going to be $567 million. If I'm grabbing the wrong number, I apologize. Ish. Yeah. So we got both of these newses on back-to-back days. You know what the silver lining is?
Give it to me.
At least they're telling us now. There was a time when this 3-year delay in the completion wouldn't have been announced until they were well into the earth, turning shovels, buying property, right? This is almost a new era of
silver lining,
transparency, and maybe honesty with the community.
Do you think it deserves a high five or a butt slap?
No, I'm just saying it's not time for a hug and a birthday cake.
Yeah.
But it's a little glimmer of hope. I asked Sully this morning.
Is it a glimmer of hope?
I asked Sully this morning. I said, Sully told me this story today on the heels of yesterday's budgetary admission.
Yeah.
This is a level of transparency and honesty with the community we really haven't seen in the past from Sound Transit. Is that fair to say? Maybe I'm pie in the sky looking for a happy. It's Friday.
Listen,
it's Friday. I need something.
I think Friday is really coloring your perception here.
And let me take it one step further into my soft rainbow-colored rabbit hole.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Is it because of the new Dow Constantine-led Sound Transit? Is that why we've got this moment of this new era?
I have no doubt
of
that Dow Constantine, I'm happy to blame for a further delay in Sound Transit.
I meant about telling us, being honest with us, being upfront with us.
Is it really honest? Because here's a question for you. Yesterday, they said we're going to need another $500 million to purchase property that we originally said was only going to be $97 million. And now they're telling us that they're going to need an additional 3 years to get somewhere that they originally said they were going to get in 32, which was already a backup from 30. So is it really telling us, or is it just them trying to buy more time because they have no idea what's going on? I believe they have no idea what's going on. I'd be willing to bet your house that by 2035, they will not get to West Seattle.
I'm not going there.
Would you take that bet?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. It's just, and them saying that they don't need more money is such a tricky thing to say, because they're saying we need more money. We're going to spend more money, but we don't need it because luckily we already have more money that's built into, but they're already $35 billion behind and they're cutting things. So they don't have more money. All of it just seems like
imagine your car dealership.
Crap.
Okay? Imagine your car dealership.
I hate using bad language. I apologize. It seems like crud.
Imagine your car dealership and you're selling a new car. Customer, you agree to a price.
Yeah.
And they want floor mats in that truck. Okay, but they're not going to spend any more money for it. The dealership says, okay, I'm going to give you those. I'm going to give you 5 times the amount of floor mat protection. I'm going to give you the upgrades, the rubber-based carpeted floor mats. I'm not going to change the price.
Okay.
I'm not going to put a tailgate on the truck, though.
Do you think that's a fair analogy of what's happened here with Sound Transit?
When Sound Transit says we're not building this station in West Seattle,
okay,
we're taking away a $2 billion station, but we're not lowering the price. We're going to spend more on land acquisition. We're going to spend more in other areas. Yeah, they're moving the money around the table because you're getting less for the price, the agreed upon price.
I see what you're saying.
If you pay me more, I'll give you less.
I thought you were trying to be too kind to Sound Transit, and I was not going to have it.
No. I was making them a car dealership I would never shop again.
Here's a question of the day: Should Sound Transit update their logo to more accurately reflect what they have become, which is kind of a laughing stock. Constantly late. I came up with just a suggestion logo, but can we post this, Laura, and then people can see? This is Sound Transit, over budget and late since 1996.
Did you make that yourself?
I did make that.
That's really nice.
Well, I mean, AI makes it. Everybody
I
just
like that
makes
there's nobody
AI.
on the train because it's not moving. That's
it says still
genius
late.
touch.
It says estimated arrival 2035 or TBD. There's a lot of grace period built into this.
Can we open it up to slogans as well? Because I love
slogans,
over budget,
suggestions,
late since 80s.
If you guys want to hit us up on our social media, we can look at some of these later, and we can also read some of your slogans for Sound Transit. All right. When we come back, Renton is doing a very interesting thing with their flock cameras. It's kind of controversial, and people are talking about it, so we will too. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Sunset Auto Family.
I've lived here almost my entire life.
Seattle's morning news host, Charlie Harger.
I love Seattle. I love that I'm able to raise my children here.
Hear Charlie's 7:35 commentary every morning on Seattle's morning news.
So when I see something that I think might need some attention, that's me pointing out areas of improvement. That is not me saying that Seattle is somehow bad.
You can watch all of Charlie's commentaries anytime on the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. Did you know every qualifying vehicle at Sunset Auto Family comes with oil changes for life? That's about $150 each, and you get up to 5 a year, saving you thousands over the life of your vehicle. Visit our friends at Sunset Auto Family. You just get more at Sunset, and people do like that.
Insulation rebates from PSE are at historic highs. American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $3 million in PSE insulation rebates last year, more than any contractor in Washington. Homeowners, business owners, and PSE trust American Crawl Space and Pest Services. Was your home built before 1990? Visit AmericanCrawl.com to see how much you can save on replacing your insulation.
American Crawl. The heroes you call.
Hello, sweltering Seattle. John Curley here. Is your home staying cool? Are you losing sleep because it's just too hot? At Home Comfort Alliance, the goal is not to sell you a new system. It's to fix the one that you have. Repair first, replace only if it truly makes sense, saving you time and money. If your system's done, a heat pump gives you both cooling and heating for year-round comfort. Get real pricing in 60 seconds at HomeComfortAlliance.com. Call the comfort people. Home Comfort Alliance.
At Madrona Financial and CPAs, we believe there are 7 steps that must be taken in preparation for a successful retirement. Retirement needs more than just a basic income plan. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Don't settle for a partial plan. Get the real deal by requesting your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
Seattle loves to celebrate big hits, touchdowns, Seahawks, and even parades. This city lives for Sunday. Get your tickets for Seahawks game days at Seahawks.com today.
Take me out to big trees. Take me to see the leaves. Privacy screens and evergreens. You already know they have thousands of trees.
Big Trees for tree sales and transplants. Find Big Trees in Snohomish or BigTreeSupply.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. A teenager missing since August 9th has now been found. 13-year-old Natalie Cohen was last seen in the Queen Anne area, and alerts went out this week around the city to find her. The FBI even got involved, and last night the FBI confirmed she'd been found and thanked tipsters who reached out with information. That's all the information that was released. A judge yesterday set bail at $1 million for a man accused of opening fire on undercover Seattle police officers from a stolen car last Wednesday night.
The 26-year-old man faces charges of attempted murder, unlawful possession of a firearm, and drive-by shooting. King County prosecutors asked for and were granted high bail to make sure he remains behind bars until charges, if any, are filed. Here's Casey McNerney with the King County Prosecutor's Office.
Prosecutors anticipate getting a case referral by Monday for a charging decision.
A 17-year-old also appeared in court. He's being held in secure detention on separate robbery charges. A third suspect, a 20-year-old man, is still being treated at Harborview Medical Center. The prosecutor's office says the suspects do not appear to have had any connection to the deadly Bite of Seattle shooting. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Amazon is paying a multi-million-dollar federal civil penalty. KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon explains.
Agreed to pay $2.25 million to settle a lawsuit for allegedly failing to give identity theft victims transaction records involving people believed to have fraudulently used their IDs to buy things. The Department of Justice says Amazon must also follow practices to better protect customers whose identities have been stolen.
A former Seattle Seahawks star is stepping onto a high school football field this fall. The Redmond High School Mustangs announced on Instagram that Chris Carson is their new running backs coach. The fan favorite played 5 seasons for Seattle before retiring in 2022. A severe neck injury forced him to step away from the game early. Carson was well known for his highly physical and punishing running style. Now he plans to pass those tough skills down to a new generation of local players. A look at Wall Street, where stocks are down this afternoon. The Dow down 76, S&P 500 down 15, and the NASDAQ down 96. And now check on your traffic, brought to you by the KIRO News Radio app. In Maple Valley, we still have our full closure northbound 169 and milepost 19, where a tall truck took down power lines this morning. Drivers are being detoured right there at Cedar Grove Road, but it's a long detour. It does not get you back onto 169. Instead, it sends you over to Issaquah Hobart Road and then up to State Route 900. Tacoma to Olympia just hit 1 hour, 14 miles of scattered backups between DuPont and Olympia. South 5 jam-packed from Northgate to I-90. North 5 scattered backups between the Michigan Curve and Ship Canal Bridge. South 405, you're pretty heavy now from South Bellevue down the Northeast 44th. Bellevue to South Center, pushing a half hour. Up north, southbound 405, little past State Route 527 there in Canyon Park. Got a crash in your left general purpose lane. You're backed into Alderwood. And if you're heading over Tiger Mountain, eastbound 18, you're packed heading up to the summit over to Deep Creek due to road work. Text the app to 888-973-5476 and download the KIRO Newsradio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. All right, 79 and mostly sunny today. You can still see some wildfire haze in the upper elevations, but shouldn't pose any health risks down here. Smoke will clear out for the weekend. Morning clouds, afternoon sun, and highs right around 80 through Sunday. 68 and mostly sunny in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. I like doing Topic Spike where I think you and I could possibly have a difference of opinion. I don't know that we do in this case.
Okay.
But it's
I enjoy the conversations, the banter.
The conversations are nice. Yep. Getting other perspectives on things is nice.
Always helpful, man. Always.
I'm interested in your perspective on this. In Renton, you can read about this at, there's a bunch of places to cover this, but I was reading about this at seattlered.com. Renton City Council just approved about 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago and change. They approved a motion to cover the city's flock cameras, which, if I read the story correct, is something they had and decided they did not want to continue using in operation, so they shut them down. Is that right?
But a couple weeks ago they decided not to renew the contract with Flock and they shut them down. I believe that's the case.
So the cameras are turned off.
Mm-hmm.
They're not running, and the city has decided that that's not quite enough. They need further protection of these cameras. And so what is the city doing with these cameras to protect the public?
They're putting plastic trash bags, dark, thick plastic trash bags over the cameras themselves to physically eliminate any possibility that they could be turned on in the future. That's what I'm getting from this story. Am I reading that right? That's
what I took from it,
why they
too.
decided to cover them up. They've already passed a law saying they're not going to use them.
Yeah.
There's already legislation in place saying that their concerns about the information being shared to other than those it was intended to be shared with.
Ferguson signed a Driver Privacy Act.
Mm-hmm.
Was it earlier in the year? And yet still they're saying that that's not enough. They need to cover these up with plastic
trash bags.
Trash bags.
To physically remove the possibility of filming.
Zip tie around the bottom.
You don't want a piece of trash bag flying off in the wind, getting on a windshield.
Do you feel like that's a little overkill?
I wish it were. I don't think it is.
Really?
I don't think it is. Because I think the fact
it's
kind
of what I expected you to say.
I had a feeling you would. Well, because I'm kind of the voice of sound reason, and you can trust me to disagree with what you say. I couldn't resist that. That was such low-hanging fruit.
No, it's totally fine.
Here's the drill.
There are people out there that 100%, we'll get a lot of text messages, 100% agree with you.
Here's the problem. Evidence is in. Studies have shown, investigations have shown that numerous municipalities, even though Flock says officially they have no agreement to work with federal immigration enforcement. They will not work with ICE. They do not work with ICE.
Okay.
Except that there are numerous cases, evidence is in that these individuals, different officers, different jurisdictions are sharing information with ICE, are using these resources to provide information for federal immigration policies.
Okay.
So I think the city of
Renton
feels like they can't trust the system or the people in place that are running the system locally.
They don't trust Bob Ferguson?
They don't trust Bob Ferguson's not the guy that's going to allow for an ICE operation to use that system to search words like immigration, to search words like detain, whatever it might be. And there's numerous cases where that's been the case with the use of Flock cameras.
So they're going to fix that with a trash bag.
Well, they're going to eliminate the possibility that somebody could act on their own, take the law and justice into their own hands. A local operator, which is what's happened in numerous municipalities, a local law enforcement officer or a law enforcement agency has decided to disregard local law.
Doesn't it feel silly that they put trash bags on it? Doesn't that feel a little bit like double masking Fauci? Doesn't that feel a little bit like
Double masking work, dude. Trust me. I'm kidding. I couldn't resist. I got him. It's Friday. I'm having fun. Give me a break.
Gosh.
I've had a lot of coffee. I'm having fun.
Doesn't this feel, I mean, like, honestly,
it doesn't
wouldn't
feel...
this to me feels almost satirical. Like, I almost expected it to be a fake story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they had said in the story, they're going to use a black bag. Now, okay, further question, if we're going to have fun with this, is this just your typical under-the-sink, lavender-scented trash bag?
No. This is heavy-duty,
This
dark.
is a hefty
10
contractor
mil thick.
bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, something you might find in a garage or on the work site.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Further question, should they be double bagging? I think they should double bag. I don't think one's enough.
Better safe than sorry.
Why not?
Sure.
If one is good, two is better.
And you mentioned the lavender scent. Wouldn't that make for a funner community, a sweeter smelling community?
I think it
lavender
would.
bags.
I've been to Renton. They could use it.
No.
Here's another thing.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be useful? Okay, so these cameras are turned off.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
and yet
off.
still, because of I don't know what, they've decided we need to also cover these with trash bags,
Well,
which
because
is
they
ridiculous.
fear there's nothing, not just a small chance that the system could be hacked.
Do you think
that
the system's
could be turned on?
Who's going to hack the system and turn it on?
I don't know that, but the folks who made this decision
are so smart.
Feel that
Renton
there's
City Council,
reasonable
trash bags and zip ties. Okay, if they're going to do one trash bag, they should certainly do two.
Make a more beautiful Renton, though. Isn't that an upgrade?
Oh yeah, trash bags over everything. Absolutely.
Get designer trash bags.
Here's what else they should do.
What if the trash bags looked like azalea bushes?
Humble opinion, humble recommendation for Renton. In case these cameras, which are turned off and no longer have a contract and so will not be turned back on, in case they somehow become sentient and they turn themselves back on, is it possible, because that would be kind of like a vampiric thing, what if they also put like a wreath of garlic around the trash bag to ward away any evil spirits that could possibly turn the cameras back on and help protect people in traffic accidents? Is that a thing that people should worry about?
I don't think the supernet. I think artificial intelligence, maybe worry about.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Those things are breaking out all over. You can't keep an AI test model in the cage anymore. Who knows?
Do you think people in Renton want these cameras triple bagged and turned off, or are they interested in the crime solving aspect of why they originally put them in?
Well, I think they're definitely interested in the crime solving aspect of what they originally put in. I think that's why they entered into the contract in the first place.
Yep.
But the problem is there are a lot of gray areas it was a boilerplate contract that Flock puts out to every city that takes on their product.
Yep.
And it's a way for them to generate revenue and share it with the city, eliminating a crime and safety problem at no cost to the city. That's the beauty of Flock.
It is beautiful. 1 in 5 crimes. I mean, they're particularly good. They have according to their own claims, which may or may not be totally accurate, but they have somewhere between like a 90 and 98% accuracy in identifying suspicious vehicle license plates, which is what they're primarily used for. So in 1 in 5 cases where you have a suspicious vehicle that needs to be found, guess what they find it on?
I get you. Cameras, they work. I get
but
it.
not in Renton, where they're triple bagging.
What's the problem, though? Why does Renton not want them to have them? Why don't they want them there?
You tell me.
Because you can't trust the federal government to not violate state.
I thought Bob Ferguson protected us from the federal government. Doesn't he have state laws?
And yet there's evidence, numerous cases where federal agents have used these systems to gain access for federal immigration.
Should they get rid of all the tolling cameras too?
That's not what we're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. It's a camera.
Well, shouldn't the question we be asking?
That's my question. Shouldn't they shut off all the cameras?
Well, no, I don't know.
What's good for the goose?
No, not at all.
Every other camera is fine.
I think we should be able to trust that the federal government will respect state law and state sovereignty.
Great, then let's trust it and let's turn the cameras on and help solve crimes.
We can't trust it. We can't trust it. Did you miss the part I said there's numerous evidence of cases where local Flock cameras are searching and giving information to federal ICE agents?
Okay.
If you could get them to stop asking to break the law and get local law
ICE
enforcement.
is breaking the law?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
When the state law says
that might be a separate conversation.
When ICE breaks the law every time they leave the car, but that's just a separate conversation.
Spike O'Neill, folks.
You got it.
All right, we got a lot more coming up when we come back. Can we talk a little Seahawks? Speaking of breaking the law, this is a good one. They just signed a cornerback. Who has 8 felony charges. We're not saying he broke the law. It's alleged right now, but we'll see. I think this is a great deal, and they got him for a steal, which is another pun. We will be back in just a couple of minutes. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio, where you hear the John Curley Show, 3 to 7.
Katie Wilson. People are still blasting away at her. There's a great, crazy play called The Actor's Nightmare. And the play goes this way. The actor is standing backstage, and all of a sudden, the stage manager goes, "You're on." And he walks into the scene. He didn't show up at any rehearsals, and he's just there, center stage. And the nightmare is, I have no idea what my line is.
Watch live or later on the John Curley Show's YouTube channel.
If you've been told feeling tired, irritable, foggy, or just off is a normal part of getting older, it doesn't have to be. Hey, it's Manda Factor. Dr. Lucy Hostetter is a board-certified physician at Juvacor Health and Wellness Center who specializes in hormone therapy for men and women.
We only use bioidentical hormones because these are the exact same molecule as what your body naturally makes, and they're very safe in you versus a synthetic hormone, which can come with side effects.
She wants you to know it's not just about feeling better, it's about being healthier.
Hormone therapy is protective against heart disease, 50% decrease in heart disease, 35% decrease in dementia, 40 to 50% decrease in osteoporosis, decrease in colon cancer and diabetes.
Treatment is safe, tailored to you, and Dr. Hostetter takes it step by step. Start with a phone call to Juvacor Health and Wellness Center in Tacoma or Seattle Regenerative Medicine Center in Bellevue, or go to juvacorhealth.com and feel like yourself again.
Thinking about a new roof or exterior upgrade, but worried about the cost? This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We've created our summertime savings event to make it simple and affordable. Save up to $3,000 off your exterior project or get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. And every qualifying GAF roof is backed by our lifetime Golden Pledge warranty. One call gets you started. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
Guys, if you have low energy or reduced drive, it could be low testosterone. At Revive Health here in Seattle, start with a free testosterone exam and consultation with an experienced medical provider. And for a limited time, qualified patients can get started with a free month of TRT. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivehealth.com.
Hey, buying a used car can be stressful. Sunset Auto Family takes that stress away with a 48-hour used vehicle exchange policy. You pick it out, you drive it for a couple days. If it's not the right fit, they'll help you find one that is. You just get more at Sunset, and people do like that.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats. And get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Summer is the time to feel and look your best. But I'm not talking about your abs or tan. Guys, I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your very own hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. They are the team that addressed my hair loss, and I recommend them to everyone. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair's summer sales event is on for a limited time. So get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 425-449-8185. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and make the call now while their summer savings event is still on. That's 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Jason Rance here. If your water heater is getting older, leaking, or running out of hot water, CM Heating has an affordable solution. Get a new gas or electric water heater heater installed starting at just $44.99 a month. With CM Heating's Comfort as a Service program, you'll get lifetime repairs and maintenance at no extra charge. Parts and labor covered for life. Plus, same-day installation is available in many cases. Schedule your free estimate today at cmheating.com.
License number CMHEAHL 750LP. Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's cars with a K.
This is it. These are the nights. The ones where you laugh until you can't anymore. And smile until your head hits the pillow. Where everything feels just right. Because it is. Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Must be 21 and over. Please gamble responsibly.
All right, welcome back to the show. We were talking, was it just a week ago? We found out, somebody's reporting that the Seahawks had invited a cornerback to come in and try out who had kind of a checkered past.
That's putting it kindly.
In that he has 8 felony charges against him. His name is Terrion Arnold. And the Seahawks have agreed to sign him. And you saw a piece that Brock Hewer did about actually why this is a very smart signing by the Seahawks.
This is John Schneider doing what John Schneider does.
Is this an audio piece?
Yeah.
Okay, I have it here. Here we
can also share it on YouTube if we want to, but we can play it for everybody. Yeah.
This is Brock Hewer's take. Which version do we want to do, Laura? The audio or the video here? Did you say there was a YouTube?
You edited one down. Which one did you edit down?
Well, okay. Let's do the watchable version because why not? I'll play it here. I got it here. This is Brock Heward's take on why this is a good idea for the Seahawks, which you and I both came to that conclusion last week. We said they should sign this guy.
And we'll talk more about it after we play this. Yeah.
Here it is.
Not surprised this went down. 3 reasons why I like this deal. Number one, Terrion's going to go on the commissioner's exempt list. The league and Park Avenue is going to have the first say in this, not the Seahawks, not John Schneider, not Mike McDonald. So I think there's kind of a hedge, a shield of protection a little bit around this transaction, that the legal proceedings, whatever goes down, Roger Goodell is going to have first say. And it very well may be a long-term play. He may be suspended the first 4, 6, 8, 10 weeks. They don't know. But this is a play, I think, for a stretch run. Number 2, culture. People brought this up. Is this going to rock the boat? Is this going to be a concern for the culture in this locker room? I don't buy it. Way too many alphas in this locker room, number 1. Number 2, this is a very minimal deal. So the team has all the leverage in the world. If you're not on board, if you don't act right, you won't be a Seahawk. And then number 3, what about the skill set? Does he fit? Well, he's a first-round talent. The Seahawks liked him. I think they graded him a first-round talent a couple years ago when he was coming out of Alabama. Did not fit in man press coverage in Detroit as much as he had to do that there. I think he's more of a match zone corner. He's got great size. He's got tremendous strength. He's got awesome agility. And there's no better incubator to grow this guy. This will be his maybe last best shot in the NFL. I think he knew it. I think his agent knew it. I think that's why he's a Seattle Seahawk. And for those 3 reasons, I would sign off on this deal as well.
All right, what's your take, Spike? What do you think?
He knows more than I do. Well, we said this earlier in the week. I think it was Monday that we first got wind of this story. It might have been last week, but regardless, the culture that this team has for grabbing guys up and showing them the error of their previous ways and the right way to do things.
Yeah.
The mentorship of veteran players, again, with regard to new players, all that stuff works.
He's so young, too.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you think about does it factor into you what he's being charged with to allegedly to have done?
It does, because it's pretty heinous, but it could. You mentioned, I think, I don't know where we were, but you said it could be a lot worse. There are a lot of other things that we find professional athletes getting involved in.
Yes,
that are just such poor judgment.
So, like in this case, the story behind this is that he was under the impression that some stuff had been stolen. What sounds like something had been stolen from him to the tune of like $250,000, I believe.
Yeah.
So he is alleged to have been involved with the kidnapping of folks to get this back in connection with the kidnapping. Now, was he there? I don't know. Did he plan it? I don't know. But he's connected to that in some way. It was then also reported that the 3 people who were they were after were not the 3 people who stole his stuff. So would have been wrongful. You're not supposed to go out and get people on your own anyway. This is for law enforcement to do.
Exactly right.
If this had been like a domestic violence situation, I think it would have been a very different story for the Seahawks. Or if this has been, and we've seen players like that in the NFL who have done really horrible things,
absolutely,
in their private lives.
Yeah,
and
they're ridden out of the league in a rail.
Yes, and people say all right. And even then, to the league's shame, sometimes they don't send those guys away. Sometimes they come, they figure out workarounds to go all right, community service, whatever it might be. We still do live in a world where talent and winning fixes a lot of sins.
Yeah,
at least in the league, it seems. But in this case, it seems like kind of for the Seahawks, it's kind of a win-win. He's a tremendous talent that they could not have gotten for this price otherwise.
And people say, well, it's because he's a former first rounder. Yeah, of course it is. If he was a 7th round unsigned, unrestricted free agent, he's not worth the risk to your locker room and your team. But John Schneider owes it to the city of Seattle, the fans of the Seahawks, the organization itself, to try to find every available asset he can to put the best team on the field.
It's a good price.
Like Brock said, man, it's up to the commissioner.
Yeah.
He's got the hammer on this one.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. All right, we got the 1 o'clock rundown coming up next. Top stories coast to coast. Stick around. Be right back.
Dear Ursula, I have a group of friends who have bonded over...
Hi, I'm Ursula Voitin from The G and Ursula Show, and I'm launching a new podcast called Ask Ursula. This is your space. Real life, real questions, whether it's about family, friendships, love, and yes, even the fun stuff like travel and finding your signature scent. Hit me up and ask your questions at mynorthwest.com/Ursula. I look forward to connecting with you.
At mynorthwest.com and the G and Ursula YouTube channel.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Paid political announcement.
Hey Seattle, did you know your groceries could be getting more expensive? That's right. Seattle City Hall is considering an ordinance that could put loyalty rewards, digital coupons, personal discounts, fuel rewards, student discounts, and other promotions on the chopping block. As the cost of living continues to climb, Seattleites rely on grocery store rewards programs to help stretch their household budgets. Now, City Hall wants to take these away. The mayor's proposed fair pricing ordinance could have the exact opposite outcome and make everyday living more expensive for those already struggling to get by. Protect Seattle Savings is a coalition dedicated to defending the everyday savings that Seattle families rely on by working with the mayor's office to improve the proposal and keep costs down. If you care about keeping groceries affordable, visit protectseattlesavings.com to learn more and join the cause. Again, visit protectseattlesavings.com now to learn more.
Paid for by Protect Seattle Savings.
Certain industries expose workers to hazardous chemicals. If you worked in a paper or pulp mill, or in aircraft manufacturing or painting at Boeing, and have a child born with birth defects, your child may be entitled to legal damages as a result of your exposure to such chemicals. Birth defects have been linked to toxic chemicals, metals, and solvents used in these industries. If your child was born with brain or spinal cord damage, organ or limb malformations, blindness, cerebral palsy, genetic damage, or other birth defects, and you're a past or present worker in a paper or pulp mill, aircraft manufacturing, or painting, contact us now toll-free at 1-866-99-TOXIC. Your children may be entitled to legal damages. If you're a past or present worker in a paper or pulp mill or aircraft manufacturing or painting at Boeing, and your child has a birth defect, call toll-free at 1-866-99-TOXIC. Your call is confidential. 1-866-99-TOXIC. Message authorized by Weinstein Cajano, 600 University Street, Suite 1620, Seattle, Washington.
All right, I'm so excited to be talking with Phil Mitchell. He's a new advertiser to the show. He owns Sunset Auto Family. Phil, welcome.
Thanks, Jake.
You guys offer something that I think is so valuable. We have so many listeners in our audience who are business owners and a lot of people who are driving commercial vehicles. You guys are basically like a perfect silent partner because you offer repairs for life on these commercial vehicles. Tell me about that.
Well, basically, repairs for life means any vehicle that we repair for over $250, we're going to cover that repair for as long as you own the vehicle. So if you got a commercial fleet and you put a transmission in your 250,000-mile truck, we're going to cover that for life.
And you think about the value added there for a small business owner who is trying to stretch every single mile out of these vehicles.
You don't even have to buy the vehicle from us to get the repairs for life. Basically, we want to service your entire fleet. So if you bought your fleet from somewhere else, let us service it. We'll give you repairs for life. We're going to save you thousands.
Love it. Only at Sunset Ford and Sunset Chevrolet in Sumner. You just get more at Sunset, and people do like that.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM, and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. Luigi Mangione's attorneys want the state murder charges dismissed after he pleaded guilty to 2 federal charges and admitted to killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. ABC News legal analyst Brian Buckmeyer says the hopes for a dismissal of the state charges rest on double jeopardy claims.
What they're arguing is a distinction in terms of different evils and different harms. That if a state is charging someone and the federal government is charging someone and they're charging them for the same evil or harm, that's double jeopardy.
Mangione faces life in prison on the federal charges. He'll be sentenced for those in December. President Trump today downplayed concerns expressed by family members of some sailors aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier for the length of its deployment. It's been at sea for a record 9 months. A South Carolina judge moved the retrial of Alec Murdaugh out of the county where it was first tried in 2023. This is ABC News. There are promising results from the latest efforts to reduce the number of New World screwworm infestations in livestock. ABC's Jim Ryan says the initial caseload of 45 animals has been reduced to 3.
The latest attempt at controlling the spread of the screwworm larvae involves putting drones in the air over South Texas.
The drones have the capability of heat sensor.
Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins.
If an animal is actually infested with the larva, they will run a fever and their body temperature will rise.
The drone relays its findings to ranchers and vets who can then check the animal for screwworm. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Nigel Farage is back in Parliament. He's the leader of the Anti-Immigration Reform UK party, viewed by some as a potential prime minister. He won a special election over fringe candidates. He had resigned after an investigation into whether he failed to report a possible multi-million-dollar gift. That investigation will now resume. Brian Clark, ABC News.
The story behind the I-5 closure this morning in South Everett. It's a first of its kind, and the full story is coming right up. First, a check on your KIRO News Radio traffic over to Maple Valley. Northbound 169 remains closed there. Milepost 19, where a tall truck took down power lines this morning. Drivers are being detoured to Cedar Grove Road. Now, southbound is open through the seam. But I'll tell you, this detour route is very lengthy. Does not get you back on 169. Instead, it sends you over to Issaquah Hobart Road. Excuse me, and then from there you can connect to State Route 900. Tacoma to Olympia, an hour, 5 minutes to make this trip. 15 miles of scattered backups starting near the JBLM main gate into Olympia. South 5 into Seattle, it is packed from 130th to Mercer. Linwood to Seattle will take you 45 minutes. That's a 10-minute delay. North 5, thick from the Michigan curve past I-90, again from Mercer to the Ship Canal Bridge. South 405 already bumper to bumper from mid-Bellevue to the VMAC. Bellevue to South Center is at a half hour. Up in Canyon Park, South 405, your stop and go actually starting back in Alderwood to just past 527 where collision's on your right shoulder. And eastbound 18 over Tiger Mountain, you've got a 4-mile backup heading up the summit over to Deep Creek due to road work. This report brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. I-5 was shut down completely for about half an hour south of Everett this morning. Turns out it was because of someone climbing on the 128th Street Southwest overpass. This got reported around 7:15 a.m. Sheriff's deputies say the 25-year-old man was not in crisis. They were doing it for fun and refused to obey deputies when they ordered him to get down. He was eventually taken into custody and booked for disorderly conduct, obstructing, and trespass. From the sound of it, HBO's Hard Knocks crew is enamored with the Seahawks practice facility. The show's director, Pat Harris, tells 710 Seattle Sports their first impression was uniquely Northwest.
Well, we park in what is now our compound, our trailers, and as soon as we get out, there's two bald eagles that come swooping down, and they're like playing with each other. And we're all, as East Coasters, really don't ever see bald eagles. So right away, we're like, okay, this place is different.
Episode 3 of Hard Knocks will air on Tuesday. It will include the Seahawks' first preseason game tomorrow against the Dallas Cowboys. Kickoff 5 o'clock right here on KIRO News Radio. Another local police agency will be featured on reality TV.
Get police! Need help! Talk to us now!
Like Kent Police and the King County Sheriff's Office have in the past, the Everett Police Department will be featured on the CW series Police 24/7. Everett PD tells the Herald it should help with recruitment, but the executive director of the Snohomish County Public Defender Association says she finds the idea distasteful in that it seems to exploit people in crisis. No air date has been announced yet. If you're looking to rent a house or apartment with at least 2 bedrooms, you might have trouble finding one.
According to a new study from Zillow, fewer than half of Seattle area rentals have 2 or more bedrooms. That's the smallest share of any major metro area in the country. Zillow says there's a shortage of 4.7 million homes nationally, and that's driving up housing costs. More than 54% of local families who rent are housing cost burdened, even though Seattle's median family income is $165,000 a year. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
And now your KIRO News Radio weather. Mostly sunny and a high of 79 today. A little hazy out there today, but this will clear out tomorrow, leaving us with a mostly sunny weekend and highs hovering near 80. Sunny and 70 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. It's Friday. We got a lot of stuff to get to. This is the 1 o'clock rundown. Top stories coast to coast. We're starting this top story in New York, which is where we're starting this.
Yeah, New York Federal Court.
In federal court.
Yeah.
Luigi Mangione?
Mangione.
Mangione or Mangione?
Mangione.
Mangione. Yeah. Luigi Mangione.
I know actually know the family pretty well.
Do you really? Oh, that's right. You're an East Coast guy.
Well, the Mangione family, very prominent in Baltimore history. Their dad was a developer, and it's 10 kids. 7 of them boys, 6 of them went to school with good friends of mine. I've known several, and these were the older generation, one prior to Luigi.
Mm-hmm.
Just nice guys.
Prominent
pro soccer player. A couple of them in local politics.
Yeah.
All of them successful in business.
Don't they own a golf course or something?
A country club, yeah.
Yeah, they're a wealthy family. It's just like,
yeah.
This whole story is crazy.
But you know what? It's funny you say that because there's always someone of. You ever seen the movie 12 Monkeys?
Brad Pitt and what's his face? Bruce Willis. Yeah.
And
Long time ago.
I'm not trying to make light of this scenario, but it was a family of relative privilege. And a young man who really never knew hard times.
You talking about Mangione or you're talking about 12 Monkeys?
I'm talking about Luigi. Well, that's what happened in 12 Monkeys. There was a man of privilege decided he needed to change the world and step out for those who couldn't speak for themselves. Brad Pitt was nuts. Was his character in that movie, right?
Yeah.
To paraphrase, here's Luigi Mangione who wants to make a statement about the state of our healthcare system.
Who has little ties to reality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A kid of relative privilege.
Not relative. I don't know anybody who owns a country club.
Well, yeah.
Extreme privilege.
Yeah.
Extreme privilege.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Don't they also own a radio station?
At one point, his grandfather owned WCBM in Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean these are this is 1% stuff.
Absolutely.
So he is, of course, involved in that. He's in court because of charges against him that he walked up behind a healthcare CEO and
Thompson.
assassinated him, which was just. Yeah. Do you remember when the story happened? How the way that they were looking for this guy? I mean, we were talking about how Manhattan, it's an island, and how basically they had to kind of shut the thing down.
And cameras everywhere.
Cameras everywhere.
Yeah, you bet.
They have angles behind, and they're like, is this a professional job? Is it a guy who's, is he from Europe? There's all these speculations about who this guy could possibly be. We're never going to find this guy. He's going to be in the wind.
I mean, the shooter, Mr. Mangione, came up behind, laying in wait, stalking somebody. And that's one of the things he confessed in court today. He pled guilty today.
Yeah, he pled guilty.
To stalking with intent to cause harm and to shooting. He's completely copped to doing this. That's the story here. But to your point, there's video of the opening of this building, the doorway to this building in Manhattan that this healthcare executive came out of.
Yeah.
And this guy approached him from behind with, professional grade, assassin level skill sets. That's the speculation. Why they were looking for this guy.
It was just like you couldn't believe that it could happen in modern times. It looked like a mob movie. It looked like a mob hit. And he ended up being found in a McDonald's. Somebody recognized him from like a half video that they had of him like kind of peeking out from beneath the hood.
Right.
When he was checking into a hotel locally there, kind of, like smiling at the attendant that he was checking in with. And they end up identifying him in a McDonald's, and then they made the arrest. And now here he is, all this time later in a court today. He has pled guilty. He says, I shot Mr. Thompson in Manhattan. This is what he told the judge earlier today. I shot Mr. Thompson in Manhattan. I understood that my actions would place him in fear of death or bodily injury. I knew what I was doing was illegal. I mean, that's open and shut. It's just a complete admittance of it. His attorneys, there's two cases. There's a federal case and there's also a state case. His attorneys are looking for the other case to be dismissed because it's essentially redundant at this point.
Double jeopardy.
Yeah, double jeopardy. Yeah. Don't need to worry about that one
and
now.
They're pursuing both cases because not knowing which one had a stronger case.
Yeah.
That's often the situation.
This is a BBC correspondent who was in the courtroom.
Luigi Mangione has just pleaded guilty to the federal charges against him, telling the court, I shot Mr. Thompson in Manhattan and he died. Mangione continued saying, I knew what I was doing. Now, I was in the courtroom just a few rows back with a direct view of Luigi Mangione, who spoke calmly and wore a neutral expression.
Here's his defense attorneys speaking with the press. This is right after the guilty plea.
With today's guilty plea, Mr. Mangione has accepted full responsibility for the death of Brian Thompson, arising from the events of December 4th, 2024, outside of the United Healthcare Investor Conference here in Midtown Manhattan. It was a single tragic event, yet he's being prosecuted twice for the same conduct. As Luigi explained in court today, he endured years of severe, debilitating pain following a broken back while struggling to navigate our healthcare and health insurance systems. Like the thousands of people who've reached out since this tragedy to share their own experiences, he believed that the system had failed him and destroyed his life. Despite this being a single isolated event, Mr. Mangione has been unfairly treated since the outset in every way and has successfully fought off terrorism charges and the death penalty, while also fighting at the same time two simultaneous prosecutions in two jurisdictions who are trying to punish him twice for the exact conduct. He's been treated differently from every other defendant charged with this offense in New York. However, thankfully, New York law does not allow this. New York law does not permit a person to be prosecuted and punished twice for the exact same crime under a statute that governs successive prosecutions. It's also known as the double jeopardy law.
You ever see that movie, by the way?
Of course.
Yeah.
Today's guilty plea triggers this statute, and we just filed our motion in state court explaining why the state charges must be dismissed under New York's double jeopardy protections.
It's interesting. I mean, you can hear somebody in the background kind of like chanting his name. The cult of personality that builds up around these is always so depressing to watch. And it's really interesting, too, though, because you see these people sometimes look perfectly normal. They even look like they don't look crazy like you would assume that they would look. I'm talking about like the women who
fan bases.
The fan bases that build up.
Mangianista, they call themselves. Yeah.
What do they call them?
Mangione, Mangionistas.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross.
And you're right. The people that
so
ingratiate or that they're ingratiated by a criminal and these worshiping cult-like fan clubs, that's psychologically troubling. I mean, in this instance, and I'm not saying that they have any merit or that this guy had any validity to what he decided to do, the insane, crazy criminal act he decided to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, playing in everyone's frustration with the healthcare system, I can understand why a lot of people are, I don't want to say sympathetic or even understanding to this guy's actions.
None of that's true.
None of that's true. But well, I mean, that's why so many people I think got in his corner.
No,
so many people are frustrated with he became a poster
those people
boy.
are psychos.
Yeah, okay.
They're psychos.
Yeah, I won't debate that with you.
There's nobody out there that thinks that nobody out there is happy with how much they pay for healthcare. It's not a single person who's happy with it. And in 99.9999999% of cases, not a single person would ever think that the appropriate level of response would be to assassinate the healthcare CEO.
You're absolutely right.
CEO of a healthcare company.
And that 1/1,000,000th of a percentage, he's wrong too.
Yeah, they're psychopaths. That's what those people are. They're psychopaths, and they're hiding it. They're trying to churn it up in this idea that
they got misplaced anger.
Yeah, no, that's
totally misplaced anger.
They're the same people who would have shown up and fallen in love with Charlie Manson.
Exactly right.
There's just weirdos out there, and unfortunately they exist. And unfortunately, a guy like this gets a lot of attention. But I'm glad that he admitted to it, and hopefully he never sees the outside world again.
Well, that's the things they're taking the death penalty off the table, right? It's life imprisonment.
New York's weird with that. They have different standards for like in the federal case. Wasn't the federal case just for stalking?
Stalking with intent to do bodily harm, if I'm not mistaken. A
lot of people at the time were like, well, why not just a murder one charge? But I guess there's it depends on which state you're in. They have different laws for how they charge for those things.
Often the case in every instance. Yeah.
But he did admit it, and so now, I'd be happy if that story went away. And very sad for that CEO's family. Just tragic. I saw a video of his wife at the trial, and just to think about her having to show up and face this monster. They had two young kids at the time when he was assassinated, when her husband was assassinated. And to think that she has to just keep carrying this thing, like explain to her kids, where are you going away today, Mommy? Where are you off to?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm off to go watch the trial.
This puts that behind, at least that element of this horrific situation puts that behind him.
Yeah, awful. Okay, second story in our 1 o'clock rundown. This one is a really interesting, and I was trying to remember, there was a story years ago that had some similar tones to this, but this one is a really fascinating one. There was a woman whose name was, is it McKenna? Is that right? McKenna West. All right. So McKenna West is a young woman. She is a surrogate. And I believe that she met a couple through there's like surrogacy websites and surrogacy programs where they'll connect agencies, connect people up. You have an older couple who I believe were like 41 and 43 maybe, somewhere around there.
43, 45. Couple from California, right?
Couple from California who wanted to have her be the surrogate, this young healthy woman be a surrogate for their baby. And so they hire her, and she's going along, and she's about halfway through the pregnancy, and she gets word from one of the checkups that you do. Yeah. The big checkup. I mean, like, you remember having kids, and
sure.
I've had my wife and I have had 4 of them. Every time you go to one of those checkups, you just, oh my gosh, do you want that sweet, precious miracle to just be healthy?
Yep.
In this case, the baby was diagnosed. Doctor said the baby had something called a hypoplastic left heart syndrome. And I'm going to read to you from the piece here, which talks a little bit about this. The couple became concerned after a 20-week ultrasound. This was in the Daily Mail, had some of these details. After a 20-week ultrasound revealed that he would have this birth defect. This woman, McKenna West, did some research, and she found a hospital in Dallas that had a 100% success rate in recent years with the first of 3 surgeries a baby would need right after birth. Babies who undergo that first surgery have a 75% chance, the story says, of making it to the age of 5, and those who make it to their first birthday have a 90% chance of making it to the age of 18, according to the New York Presbyterian Hospital. So she contacted this surrogacy group, and she said, this is what's going on, this is what I've discovered. But the couple, even armed with this new information, still were concerned enough about the potential future stuff for that child that they said, like, we would actually request that we're officially requesting that she abort this baby.
Yeah.
Now, she morally has a problem with this. I would too. And so she made the decision to go to Texas and to have the baby, which she just did recently. She just had the baby. I'm going to play some audio here. This is McKenna West. She did an interview recently. Here's her talking about it.
So I had the abortion scheduled in Seattle, called my brother, and
this was it's scheduled in Seattle. I didn't see that.
The abortion services. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Because when a couple hires a surrogate,
yeah,
the legal agreements give the couple who hire the biological parents, the surrogacy is treated literally as just a vessel, and the biological parents who have hired the surrogate have control over the decisions, the health decisions of the unborn baby.
That is a good warning for anybody out there who's getting into surrogacy. You better be aware of what you're signing up for, because you might find yourself in a situation where you have
from
a
both
couple,
sides of it. Yeah,
we have a couple who wants to abort this beautiful baby who might have a very treatable thing, and they just don't want the baby anymore.
Right.
Which is like, that's insane to me.
That's
but
where
anyway.
we come to the yeah.
he just shared with me how deeply he did not want me to have to
This is her
go
brother.
through.
She's talking to her brother?
No, she's talking about a conversation with her brother.
Called her.
Oh, because he said,
right
I'll adopt this baby.
Yeah.
With this procedure, and he knew how I felt about it and how scared I was. He's like, what can they take from you? Like, you have us, you have your family. They can try to come after money that you don't have, but like, we're here for you. You'll be taken care of. That just gave me so much courage and so much hope of a way out, and that I didn't have to do this. It was scary. Facing financial ruin was scary, but nothing was scarier than questioning my own soul and knowing what would happen to this baby boy if I flew to Seattle, and his life doesn't have a price tag on it. There's nothing that they could try to come after me for that would be worth his life.
She then flew to Texas. She had the kid. Texas has a law where you have to give life-saving care to these.
You're right. The Federal Disabilities Act protects people with disabilities, physical disabilities, from being denied medical care, life-saving care, maybe medical
Just
care in
based on their
general,
disability,
based on
yeah.
disability, and whether or not life will be difficult moving forward, which is what that couple who had hired the surrogate, that's why they wanted to terminate the pregnancy. But Texas also has a law in the books that says the delivering mother of
Is
a
the
child
legal mother.
is the legal guardian of that child.
Yeah.
Which was in direct conflict with the agreement she had signed with the surrogacy agency and the understood rights of the biological parents. So this was...
Yeah, but they don't even want the kid.
I'm just saying who has rights to make decisions. Because now that couple who didn't want the kid,
now they
legally, they have the right to decide.
According to the story here, according to Tuesday's ruling, she is not allowed to make any medical decisions for or on behalf of the child who's now been born. And according to the TMZ story, the parents spoke with TMZ. They say they are now taking care of the child. A couple spoke to TMZ on Thursday. They say that they have custody of the child, according to their lawyer. The lawyer added that his clients are focused on the baby's health and following the advice of medical professionals about treatment for this hypoplastic left heart syndrome. My question would be, I wonder if this couple now is, I don't know if there's going to be some sort of a fight in court for who gets to have custody of the child. If they didn't want the child and wanted the child aborted, I mean, I wonder if that's going to play in. I hope it does. I hope that plays into the if there is an eventual case. But on the flip side, I'm wondering if, like, this couple from California who are now with this child, I'm hoping that they're having some sort of a realization that, hey, you know what? We maybe just dodged a massive mistake of a lifetime, and this beautiful baby who had a treatable condition, we now have in our arms. I mean, that's like, you held your baby for the first time. That's a miracle.
Yeah, it is, of course.
And it's an amazing story. I mean, when you think about it.
I mean, I don't want to be morally judgmental of the couple themselves. I mean, that's their decision to make, and it's not mine to pass judgment on.
I can pass judgment on
but that's fine. I'm not going to do that. But the couple who had the legal right, it was their decision with the surrogacy, given by the terms of the surrogacy, and that they requested that this young lady, this surrogate, abort the child. And she, under moral grounds, decided she wanted to do that. So there was a legal battle coming. This couple who didn't want this child because of potential disabilities is going to be forced by law, by Texas state law and federal law, to not deny medical care to this kid.
Yeah.
Attorney General of Texas stepped in and said, look, Ken Paxton stepped in and said, we're going to guarantee that the healthcare providers provide every bit of medical care needed for this kid.
Yes. Yeah. That's great.
Because you're not allowed to deny people medical care because of disabilities.
And you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
I mean, this kid deserves a shot at life. I think this kid deserves a shot at life, and if it's not with the people, if these people don't want him, I mean, this is my opinion. You don't have to continue on this story if you don't want to. But if these people didn't want this kid, there's plenty of people out there who would be happy to adopt him. I promise you that.
Yeah, I agree.
And, God bless this little kid.
There's a level of hypocrisy to this story that I'm hesitant to even bring up.
Do it.
Well, because Ken Paxton decides that he's not going to let this child's medical care denied because of a disability, as per federal law. Doesn't feel that way about gender dysphoria, which is a biological, diagnosed disability, according to the Justice Department. And
dysphoria?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. And they have no problem denying gender-affirming care to kids.
What do you mean by gender-affirming care?
Well, the fact in Texas you cannot get gender-affirming care. They've made it illegal to receive gender-affirming care.
Well, what is that?
What is it? It's hormone treatments. It's therapy treatments to help transition.
Is there any physical stuff that happens?
Probably so, yeah.
To what age?
I don't know. But
you don't know? Okay. I don't know. You brought it up. I'm just wondering if you knew.
Well, I'm just saying it's gender-affirming care. Gender dysphoria is a disability. There's legislation in Texas and numerous other states denying people gender-affirming care. So they have no problem denying a disability.
These are like surgeries and stuff?
I'm not talking about, surgeries and stuff. They deny.
For kids?
Medical care.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting story. We got a lot more coming up. We get your question of the day when we come back. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. I want to tell you a personal story about an experience that I had at the Sunset Auto family. I recently picked out an SUV. I got a big family. I talk about them all the time. The SUV had 3 rows, leather, all the tech bells and whistles, very fancy. I thought that's what I wanted, but it turns out I'm a truck guy. What I really wanted was something great on gas that could still haul my family and the gear. Thankfully, with Sunset's 48-hour used vehicle exchange, I was all set. I talked to my buddy Derek at Sunset Chevrolet, and he got me into a beautiful new hybrid truck that fits me like a glove. Sunset's 48-hour used vehicle exchange means if you take a used vehicle home, you have second thoughts, you bring it back. Pick out something else, simple as that. No pressure, no fear of making a mistake. And with oil changes for life, repairs for life, and warranty protection for life, Sunset Auto Family has you covered from every angle. This is the biggest no-brainer in a world of no-brainers. Sunset Chevrolet in Sumner, Sunset Ford of Sumner, Sunset Kia of Auburn. You just get more at Sunset. And people like me do like that.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The first few steps that I took in the morning were pretty painful.
This is Carlos.
I mean, I had been told by multiple orthopedic surgeons that there was no alternative for me.
That wasn't what he wanted to hear. You see, Carlos is an active guy.
I played basketball, and for 3 to 4 days after, my knees would just be so swollen. And now I can play basketball, and there is no swelling. There is no pain in the knees.
No swelling, no pain, because Carlos went to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I'm just happy to be able to be out there. And then knowing that tomorrow I am not going to suffer for this.
What do you say to your friends and family who are in pain?
I say, I had horrible knee pain and stem cells really worked for me. You might want to go to Dr. Wagner, just get a consultation before you have surgery.
Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com. And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Certain industries expose workers to hazardous chemicals. If you worked in a paper or pulp mill, or in aircraft manufacturing or painting at Boeing, and have a child born with birth defects, your child may be entitled to legal damages as a result of your exposure to such chemicals. Birth defects have been linked to toxic chemicals, metals, and solvents used in these industries. If your child was born with brain or spinal cord damage, organ or limb malformations, blindness, cerebral palsy, genetic damage, or other birth defects, and you're a past or present worker in a paper or pulp mill, aircraft manufacturing, or painting, contact us now toll-free at 1-866-99-TOXIC. Your children may be entitled to legal damages. If you're a past or present worker in a paper or pulp mill or aircraft manufacturing or painting at Boeing, and your child has a birth defect, call toll-free at 1-866-99-TOXIC. Your call is confidential. 1-866-99-TOXIC. Message authorized by Weinstein Cajano, 600 University Street, Suite 1620, Seattle, Washington.
The Black Crowes, live in the Tulalip Amphitheater, Sunday, August 30th. Tickets are on sale now. Details at TulalipCasino.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. West Seattle will have to wait until at least 2035 for light rail. Sound Transit made that announcement yesterday, pushing back the timeline another 3 years. More from KIRO News Radio's Chris Sullivan.
Light rail to West Seattle was originally promised to arrive by 2030. So if this current schedule holds, that'll technically be a 5-year delay. I mean, that's how far we were behind for getting across the lake. We've run into some issues here. And of course, over time also comes with over what? Over budget.
Original price tag for that extension was $1.5 billion. It's up to around $5 billion now. EPA is removing hundreds of thousands of gallons of toxic chemicals from a shuttered pulp mill near Aberdeen. Seattle Times reports the owner of Cosmos Specialty Fibers missed a cleanup deadline. The push comes after that chemical tank rupture killed 11 at a Longview mill back in May. Cleanup is expected to cost $8 million. Now to the closing bell report. Stocks pulling back today from their record highs as oil prices rose and investors took in the latest consumer sentiment reading, showing public opinion about the economy appears to be souring. Dow lost 107, S&P off 13, NASDAQ lost 73. Amazon is paying a multi-million-dollar federal civil penalty. KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon explains.
It's agreed to pay $2.25 million to settle a lawsuit for allegedly failing to give identity theft victims transaction records involving people believed to have fraudulently used their IDs to buy things. The Department of Justice says Amazon must also follow practices to better protect customers whose identities have been stolen.
A nail from a pallet was found inside a loaf of Grand Central Bakery potato sourdough bread. Seattle Times reports the company has now recalled 500 loaves of its in Seattle and Tacoma. The loaves are from a Monday batch. If you bought any of them that day, throw them out. No injuries or illnesses have been reported. Now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
Thank you. Harborstone Credit Union has the update. Tacoma to Olympia, we are struggling, taking an hour and 5 minutes to make this trip. You've got 15 miles of scattered backups starting at the JBLM main gate into downtown Olympia. Federal Way, heading that way, westbound 18 is packed from Military Road over to I-5. Here in Seattle, South 5, we're jam-packed from 130th and North Gate into downtown. Linwood to Seattle's at 50 minutes. That is a 20-minute delay. North 5, you're thick from the Michigan curve. Past I-90, you catch a nice break, and then jams up again from Mercer to the Ship Canal Bridge. Plan on a half hour to get through downtown. South 405 slows from 520 to the VMAC. Bellevue to South Center, 35 minutes. Both directions of 405 are crowded up north through Canyon Park. And on the water, the Edmonds Terminal already has a 2-hour wait for drivers. Mukilteo Terminal, a 90-minute wait for drivers. Earn up to $30 a month just for using your Harborstone P&W Cashback debit card. Open your free checking account online today at harborstone.com/cash. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Morning clouds have burned off. We're in for a sunny afternoon. Just some slight haze in the mix today. Clearer for this weekend with highs in the upper 70s Saturday and Sunday. Right now, 73 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. 1:30, we get to our question of the day. We get to respond to a bunch of you folks. Earlier, we told you a story about how Sound Transit, you could literally just like put the story on repeat, pull it up every 6 months, and there'll be another Sound Transit story that sounds exactly like this. But in West Seattle, where they had promised everyone a train by 2030, they're now saying it's going to be 2035. I don't believe that for a second. In a couple years, I'm sure they'll come out and say, like, hey, it's actually going to be 2037. And then eventually just they won't have it, is my guess. But I guess time will tell. But they said 2035 is the new date. So mark your calendars and buy your tickets early. We asked you guys, we said, should they come up with a new logo? Because they're kind of not really known for being on time or on budget, or they're really only known for negative stuff now. It's kind of what it seems. Should they have a logo that accurately reflects that, just to kind of help riders gauge their expectation of what they can expect with Sound Transit?
Can we put the one you created up, because it really does? It really does sing. Boy, it's magic.
Me and AI, we sing. Yeah,
I'm more of a logo guy. I'm more of a written word creative kind of guy. So I know our listeners generally.
You came up with some slogans?
Yeah.
Awesome.
As did our listeners, but I think we may have a winner or two here.
All right. You want to start with 206?
Sure. 206 says, Jake and Spike, how about this for the slogan? You can't get there from here.
That's actually really funny.
Pretty good.
It's simple. Here's the thing with slogans. You want something that feels timeless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You want something that could be just as true today as it was 50 years ago.
Or 50 years in the future.
Or 50 years in the future.
Yes.
Which is ironic, because Sound Transit, where they're at right now, is probably where they're going to be 50 years in the future, which is nowhere.
Always riding into the future, and often further than we expected.
That's good.
Thanks.
I like that. Yeah. Let's see. From CLP from the People's Republic of Seattle, Sound Transit should rebrand altogether to Sound Commuter Area Transit, or SCAT, with a new logo of just that little like big-eyed emoji of feces.
We put the in public transportation. Fernando in Seattle says, someone who lives in West Seattle, the old and new timelines are nowhere near the actual completion date. Maybe 2040 if we're lucky. Now, Fernando's a realist.
Fernando's completely right, too, by the way. I mean, it's like, it's not coming. And yet, they're still going to take your money. Here's a legit question that I would have for people. At what point? Because you're all paying yearly for this. Everybody who's listening, most people are in the taxing district for Sound Transit.
Yeah.
And we're all paying whatever the version is. Depends on what county you're in. And I think isn't it different per county, depending? I don't know about that for sure, but it's somewhere around.
I think it's adjusted to which county will receive as much benefit. Yeah,
so we should all be paying nothing. But it's somewhere around, I want to say like somewhere between like $1,500 and $1,800 a year that you are paying through taxes for the right to never ride on one of these Sound Transit trains. Even if they're all built, like even if you could snap your finger tomorrow and they'd all be built, like less than 4% of you would ever take it. But you're still paying for it. So at what point, if you're somebody in West Seattle, you're just paying through the nose for this thing and they keep telling you like, it's just not coming for years and years.
Sound Transit, your grandkids will love it.
Well, yeah, why not just say, we won't pay until you can be real with us and then we can discuss it. But until then, forget it.
There was a bar district in Baltimore. To your point, they stopped paying property taxes. Like 12 different bars and collectively in this community because police weren't delivering.
Is this like a mob thing?
No.
It's like an anti-mob thing.
It's an anti-mob thing. The bars in Fells Point in Baltimore, where I used to work in this region of Baltimore City, they started withholding their property taxes because the city wasn't delivering on services. They put all that money in a fund, a trust fund, right, in a safe location. When the city stepped up and changed how the city acquiesced to their demands, and they paid the back taxes.
So they were still putting the money out there,
right?
But just like they were saying, hey, city, it's right here. You can sniff it if you want, but we're not going to give it to you.
We've been paying you to do this, and you're not doing it, so we're not paying you until you do.
That is genius. Right? That's what they should do in West Seattle. Collect all your money, put it in a big pile somewhere.
We'll give it to you on the first ride.
Yeah. That's pretty great. I like that. Go ahead with more of these.
Bobby says, I've lived in West Seattle for 40 years, and I don't think I will ever be alive to ride the train to from West Seattle. And maybe I won't even see the Mariners win the World Series. That's their slogan. On time to take you to a Mariners World Series game.
Oh, my gosh. That's depressing. Beebs in 425 says, back in the early 1970s, the federal government wanted to build light rail in Seattle. Seattle leadership at the time declined, and so the federal government went to Atlanta and built what is now MARTA.
Yeah.
I've never ridden MARTA. Have you ridden MARTA?
It's phenomenal.
Is it nice?
Phenomenal.
Well, we
Metropolitan Atlanta Rapid Transit
We missed the train. I don't want it. We won't ride it. We're paying too much for it. That's my opinion.
On Seattle Transit, a.k.a. Sound Transit, this is from Joey in Elk Plain, they could have made headway on their own overspending, bogus budgeting if they fined and collected all the annual vehicle registration fees from people out of our area addresses. From what I hear, it is a common practice for people with second homes or out-of-area friends to list their addresses to avoid hundreds of dollars a year.
Interesting. Mark in Port Towns says, I miss Dory, but Jake and Spike Show is honoring his time slot with perfection. Keep up the good work, crew. I actually feel like we should end on that one because that just end on a compliment.
I wrote a half dozen funny
You
slogans.
say some more. We got time. You say some more.
We got time to roll out my slogans?
Yeah, roll out some of yours.
We'll roll them out till the next train comes. How about that? We'll be here all week.
It's going to be a long time.
Okay, let's see. Where we're going, you don't need fare. Right? Is that good?
Where we're going, you don't need tracks.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to get there.
Light rail. We'll get you there eventually.
I like that one. Yeah. That's nice.
It's always a decade away.
I like that because it's still kind of hopeful.
The train will show up tomorrow.
You want to look into the future a little bit.
Yeah.
You want people to be inspired that something greater is coming. Well, not actually ever having to deliver on it, which is what government does.
It's always a decade away.
Yes.
How about nothing helps erase the pain of that Mariner loss like a canceled train?
Oh, that's nice.
Right?
Yeah, I like that one too.
No charge for secondhand fentanyl smoke. Sound Transit, pack a bag. This could take a while. Spending to
Hope you're wearing comfortable shoes. You'll be standing there a while.
Yeah. That's why we put in comfortable chairs.
Yeah.
How about this one with the theme of the future of light rail, right?
I'm closing my eyes. I'm imagining. Go ahead.
Spending to infinity and beyond.
Oh, that's great. That's a winner.
You like that one? Okay.
That's a winner. Here's. Do you have more? Do you have one that tops that?
I just have the classic.
Okay.
If you think you hate it now, wait till you ride it. You got to borrow from the greats.
Wait until you get it. I actually think infinity and beyond is
like that? Okay.
Spending
to infinity
and beyond. That's great.
Yeah.
What's cool about that
Buzz
too?
Lightyear, the official mascot of light rail.
Here's what they should do, because the light rails they kind of harken to like the
it's futuristic, yeah,
futuristic looking thing, even though it's like an old dead technology. Yeah. But it would be interesting if they did take that, like kind of use that mid-century,
like the Space Needle.
Space Needle. Yes. What's the train down in space?
The monorail.
The monorail.
Monorail.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, spending to infinity and beyond.
Here's my last humble suggestion, and this is a serious one. Until they bring in something on budget and on time, they're not allowed to pay any executive salaries over X amount that we all come up with. Like now,
that.
Dow Constantine makes like $400,000. He makes like $39,000 a month. I think we slash the budgets. Whatever percentage they go over on cost, we slash that percentage from their salaries.
That's
also no bonuses.
They'll have skin in the game, won't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get driven because you want to be successful.
There you go.
And if they bring it in under budget, anything over under budget, percentage-wise, they get to keep.
That's great.
Yep. They could all become fabulously wealthy.
Solution-oriented radio.
All right.
Dory would be proud.
He would be proud. I hope so.
I like this.
All right. When we come back, we got some stuff. You're not going to want to miss it.
Our feed. Go check our feeds.
Oh, feeding time.
Feeding time.
Yes,
yeah.
feeding time. Good.
Interesting stuff going on in the world.
All right. We'll tell you what they're shoving down our throats coming up. We'll be right back.
KIRO Newsradio is honored to bring home one of the nation's top awards in our industry, the prestigious National Edward R. Murrow Award for breaking news coverage. One award is the result of our team's hard work every single day, and none of it would be possible without you. You trust us with important information every time you choose us. Whether you listen over the air, on the KIRO Newsradio app, or you watch us on YouTube, thank you.
Let me ask you something. Would you ever buy a hot tub from one of those pop-up places in a parking lot? You go in, you buy the hot tub, you come back 6 months later when it needs service, and you're like, hello, anybody here? Sure, the parking lot's still there, but where are they? Not with Seattle Hot Tub Company. John Curley here. They do things differently. They're local. They've had the showroom for years. They've got a delivery crew. They've got their own service team. Hot tubs, swim spas, cold plunges. That's all they do every day. You get warehouse pricing, easy financing. Imagine a hot tub for as low as $90 a month. They're not some traveling sales event that rolls into town, takes your money, and then disappears. They're the place you go back to for the service, the repairs, the covers, the chemicals, advice, whatever it is. Seattle Hot Tub has options for different budgets as well. They're proud supporters of Make-A-Wish because they're part of the community, not just passing through. A hot tub is a big purchase. Make it from a company that's still here tomorrow. Seattle Hot Tub Company. Visit them at seattlehottub.com. That's seattlehottub.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Paid political announcement. Hey, Seattle, did you know your groceries could be getting more expensive? Seattle City Hall is considering an ordinance that could put grocery rewards and coupons on the chopping block. The mayor's proposed fair pricing ordinance could have the exact opposite outcome and make everyday living more expensive. Protect Seattle Savings is a coalition dedicated to defending the everyday savings that Seattle families rely on. Visit ProtectSeattleSavings.com to learn more and join the cause. Paid for by Protect Seattle Savings.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
It's the best time of the year at Staples, with back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all. Sound like your home? Then call for your free inspection.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. This is feeding time. Every single day we pick up our feeds and we find out what the algorithms are shoving down our throat. You know the one that keeps popping up for me? That Powerball winner. Did you see that story?
Oh my gosh, yes. I saw this quite a few times on my feed.
This is going to apply to both of us then.
Yeah.
This is CBS detailing this Powerball winner, which is a big, like, anytime it crosses $1 billion, everybody just loses their mind. They go, oh my gosh, $1 billion. But I feel like it does it quite often now. There's a lot of $1 billion jackpots. Although I think this is the 8th largest jackpot in history.
It's just the 8th. 1.4 billion is just the 8th largest jackpot in history.
Insane. All right, listen to a little bit of this. And then what I'm interested about this is I've reached an age where, like when I'm young, I see this completely differently than I do now as a person who's in the middle of his life.
Okay.
Because of maybe just a little bit of time and experience. I'm interested in your take on this. So hold on. Let's play this audio and then we'll talk.
That lucky winner won $1,040 million that they can get in 30 payments over 29 years, or they can choose a lump sum of $450 million. Lots of money there. And of course, this is all before taxes.
Okay, so first questions first. Would you do the lump or the payments? You're fabulously wealthy in both cases.
Great question.
Never have to worry about money again, no matter what.
I think I'm taking the lump and put that money to work. I'm trusting I'll find someone who knows how to make sure I don't burn it all up by next fall.
Sure.
Kind of thing. $450 million can only go so far.
$450 million, that's a good chunk of change.
Can I quick we play that again quick? Because
sure. Yeah, here it is.
Play it again.
That lucky winner won $1,040 million that they can get.
Wasn't it $1.4 billion?
$1,040 million. I don't know.
I thought it was a $1.4 billion Powerball. Maybe it's typed wrong or he read it wrong, because $1.4 billion is $1,400 million.
Yeah.
Not $40 million.
Yeah.
That guy just shorted him $360 million.
What's funny is it wouldn't really affect him. Even $360 million is not that big of a deal.
I didn't mean to nitpick, but was it 1.4 or was it 1.04?
Whatever the number is.
It's 1.04. It's $40 million.
Over $1 billion.
Yeah.
So the lump sum, it's probably 1.04. If the lump sum's 450, it's probably 1.04.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. That's 2/3 of it going to taxes.
Yeah. So
okay.
You would take the lump.
I'd take the lump. I would invest,
Would you?
Sure.
Why?
Sure.
At that point, $450 million, why invest?
Because smart people could live off the interest of that. You put $450 in play in the right arenas.
Yeah, that's 10%
find some
a year.
venture capitalists. And you could live off the proceeds. You'd never have to touch that money.
You could have a comfy. What would that be? That would be $40 million a year in interest. Would that what that would be? Depending on your depending on how aggressive you are in your investments.
Return, if you get a 10% return, we advertise people that guarantee 9% return. You bet. I could live on that. I could live well on that.
It's pretty good. You wouldn't have to buy bread with nails in it.
You could seek it out to save people, just as a crusader.
You know what's
for edible bread
to me about lottery winners. So I was doing like everybody's heard that thing, like whatever the percentage of lottery winners who win big are dead within 5 years.
Right.
That's actually
broke or dead.
Well,
yeah.
Broke is the true part. The dead part is like kind of
you hear
that's
stories.
That's a myth.
Yeah.
But within 5 years, I mean, like it's like a third of them end up broke again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering, as somebody who is now not young anymore and who's had some life experience,
Laura. Sorry.
You would obviously.
I'm just trying to dodge a bullet here.
You would obviously treat this money way differently than you would if you won it when you were like a young man.
It would have been like, jet ski. I'd go to Lake Havasu. Jet skis for everybody on me. I'd go nuts.
But at the same time, it'd be very difficult to not do that at least a couple of times, because you could go to Lake Havasu and buy jet skis for everyone, and it wouldn't really affect your bottom line.
Never even notice.
You'd never even note it.
Yeah.
And so, like, what would you do? Like, would you just maybe give it would you give yourself 6 months and just say, I'm not going to spend a cent. I'm just going to think about it.
Could you, Laura, when we first started talking about, when it crossed the $1 billion mark, you said, like, I would just keep living my life. I wouldn't change a thing.
I mean, that's what I try to do whenever, on the rare occasion that I get a raise. I don't make lifestyle changes.
That's what they say.
Put that
Don't
money
do
into
it.
savings.
Yeah.
I don't know that, I mean, a raise is one thing, right?
$450
million. Yeah. I don't know that I could just be me and just do what I do. I don't know. I'd love to. I don't know if it'd be possible.
I think there would obviously be, like, you've seen that internet meme, like, if I became really rich, nobody would know it, but there would be signs. And it's like somebody like
Sure.
sitting on your private jet or something.
Yeah, you've got gold lions at both ends of your driveway now.
I'd fill a boat with cats, for example.
She would buy a giant boat with cats, yes. But like
with fishing poles so the cats never go hungry.
Of course.
Right.
It is.
Teach a cat to fish, man.
What's interesting though is like it changes. Think of how many interactions you have on a daily basis that are driven by the decision of how will this affect my bottom line with money. Almost everything you do as an adult,
yeah, absolutely,
becomes about the factor of how much it's going to cost.
Yeah.
Because you have to cover everything. You've got your mortgage, you've got your cars, you've got your insurance, you've got your kids' schools, you've got whatever it might be. All that adds up. If all of that suddenly went away and you just had unlimited, and that was not a thing anymore, you even had to consider, it's like rewiring your entire brain.
Yeah.
To see life in a completely different way, and then you end up like Justin Bieber or something. You know what I mean? Like that.
If you're that young, maybe. Somebody with a little experience and time under their belt is very kindly phrased. I appreciate that. I find you're in the same boat. You're a guy who's got a family going.
Yeah.
You got a home, right? If you had a chance to recalibrate how you look at the world, would you still want to come to work 5 days a week, or would you want to stay? You and your boys are going to go here. We're going to travel. We're going to see things. I'm going to spend. You realize at one point that time is the one commodity more valuable than any other.
There you go. Like that's what everybody would eventually get to. I
Hopefully.
can't buy more time.
Right.
But I can buy everything else.
Oh, but for $450, you could probably find an engineer that could buy you more time.
Maybe. You might be able to buy more time.
Tell me about hyperbolic chamber sleeping.
Have you ever done that?
No.
I have a friend who does that.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it work?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, they look fantastic.
You can put monthly payments on it?
I don't know how they're paying for it, but they do it, and it's not like a daily thing. You don't sleep in it every day. It's like you check in. And you end up looking.
But you never notice the difference. That's the thing. That's the beauty of like the same. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Oh my gosh, you look 10 years younger. I am.
I think it's like oxygen or something. I don't really know how it works. Whatever. It's crazy. Sweet. Maybe I would buy one of those with the 450 million.
More time to spend the rest.
All right, we got Friday favorites coming up next. Stick around. Be right back.
Fire up the lights. Lace up the pads.
All you gotta do is throw the pads on, and you can tell who want to do it, who don't.
The defending champs are playing football at Lumen Field.
We get to play football today. That's fun. Football, baby!
All teed up. It's the preseason opener. Seahawks, Cowboys. Tomorrow, kickoff at 5, pregame at 3.
Get your Mario body ready to hit. Touchdown, Seahawks!
Listen wherever you are for free on the KIRO Newsradio app.
All right, I'm talking with Phil Mitchell, who is a new buddy, and he's also an advertiser on the show. Phil, I'm really interested in people's stories. You have a pretty amazing background. You own Sunset Auto Family. You employ a lot of people. You do great business in the community, but you started at the bottom. Tell me a little bit about that.
Jake, I started in the car business as a lot attendant, basically washing cars with a hose and soap and water, and just happened to, be in the right position at the right time, started selling cars and did pretty good at that and became a sales manager. And I've had a lot of great mentors that have helped me and guided me. And so now it's my turn to be a mentor and try to do the same thing for somebody else.
That's fantastic. How many years have you been in this business now?
I've been in it a long time, so I know every inch. I've done just about every job you can do in it. It's a family business. My son's in the business. He runs one of the stores.
Well, let me tell you what. I got 4 sons. One of them is looking for a job in about 4 years.
Bring him down, buddy.
I'm going to send him to the Sunset Auto family.
I got a hose and bucket. Let's go.
I love it. Go see him at Sunset Kia in Auburn, Sunset Ford, and Sunset Chevrolet in Sumner. You just get more at Sunset, and people do like that.
This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Our summertime savings event means 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Backed by our unbeatable warranties. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Guys, if your energy is down, your workouts feel harder, and your drive isn't what it used to be, it may not be aging. It could be low testosterone. At Revive Health here in Seattle, the first step is simple: a free testosterone exam and consultation with an experienced medical provider. We'll review your labs, symptoms, and overall health to determine if testosterone therapy could help improve your energy, strength, and performance. And for a limited time, qualified patients can get started with a free month of TRT. Revive has helped over 120,000 men since 2011 improve energy, sleep, mood, and confidence. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Get answers and take control of your health. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivehealth.com. Revive Health. Elevate your vibe. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact Revive for full details.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. As the war in Iran approaches 6 months, President Trump told a crowd at a police academy on New York's Long Island.
Pretty soon I'll be declaring the Hormuz Strait a territory of the United States.
That was at an event touting lower crime numbers. Just to the west, Luigi Mangione pleaded guilty to one of New York City's most notorious crimes in recent memory. He admitted that he stalked and killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Mangione faces life in prison after his guilty plea. His defense lawyers now want state murder charges dismissed on double jeopardy grounds. President Trump asked the Supreme Court to allow construction on the White House ballroom to continue while it appeals a lower court order that halted construction. Major indexes closed the week lower on Wall Street after a report that American consumers spent less last month. Economists expected to see growth. This is ABC News. 30 years after legendary rapper Tupac Shakur was shot and killed in Las Vegas, a jury has been selected in a murder trial, says ABC's Alex Stone.
The jury of 6 men and 10 women will begin hearing evidence to decide if Dwayne Davis, street name Keefe D, is guilty of murder. For years, he's boasted about his role allegedly ordering the hit on Shakur and even providing the gun that night in Las Vegas. He even published a book admitting to all of it, saying he went out looking for Shakur and Death Row Records founder Suge Knight that evening, but now he claims he was lying.
Landlord cleaning out an apartment after evicting a tenant in Milwaukee found some artwork, showed it to an antique dealer friend who said it might be a Picasso, and it looked like one that had been stolen from a Milwaukee gallery in 2018. Sure enough, it was. Bill DeLynn got a call from police and asked him to look at the etching. DeLynn immediately recognized the print. The sticker from his business was still on the frame. The case is under investigation. Brian Clark, ABC News.
Another city puts a hold on data centers. That's one story coming up after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. This one brought to us by Carpet Liquidators. Got a collision up in Canyon Park. It's North 405 approaching 527, blocking 2 right lanes, and your bumper-to-bumper backup starts at 160th. Bellevue to Linwood up to 40 minutes. That's double the norm. South 405, you've got a looky-loo backup starting up there in Alderwood. Everett to Marysville, just under 20 minutes with our usual backups forming between 526 and 528. South 5 heading into Seattle. We are already struggling from Northgate. It is packed from Northgate Way into downtown. Everett to Seattle, just over an hour commute. 50 from Linwood. North 5 thick at the Michigan Curve past I-90, and then again from Mercer to the Ship Canal Bridge. Half hour gets you through downtown. On Mercer Island, we've got a stall. It's eastbound 90 at Island Crest Way, right there in your center lane. South 405 heavy from southeast 8th and Bellevue to northeast 44th. North 405 bumper to bumper from South Center through the Renton S curves and Tacoma to Olympia. Over an hour and 5 minutes with 15 miles of scattered backups between JBLM and Olympia. August is Karastan month, and Carpet Liquidators purchase beautiful Karastan carpet and get free installation. Why pay retail? They got you covered at Carpet Liquidators. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The Seattle Police Department had about 25% fewer officers working the Bite of Seattle this year than it did last. This is according to the Seattle Times. We get more from KIRO News Radio's James Lynch.
A total of 39 SPD officers were on duty at Seattle Center the day the shootout happened, compared to 50 last year, although crowd size was similar, leading some to question whether more officers on duty would have prevented the gang-related shootout. Retired King County Sheriff John Urquhart says,
all things being equal, it might have been enough, and it's quite possible that it wouldn't have changed anything at all.
Urquhart says he believes it comes down to SPD staffing overall, which is down, but the department says it expects to hire 100 new officers this year. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Big fire this morning at a waste facility in South Park serves as a reminder to keep hazardous materials out of the trash. No official word on what sparked the flames, but the city's operations manager, Tammy Clausen, tells KIRO 7 TV fires are common at the dump.
Unfortunately, we see about one fire a month. Normally, we can get to it while we're open and put it out.
Batteries often start those fires. Clausen says make sure you keep them with other hazardous waste separate from the regular garbage. Mount Vernon becomes the latest city in our states to approve a 6-month data center moratorium. Critics are concerned about water demand and noise connected with them. Other Washington cities with data center moratoriums include Seattle, Burien, Federal Way, Marysville, and Renton. Mariners with a prime opportunity this weekend to increase their playoff odds. They start a 3-game series tonight with the division-leading Houston Astros. Play-by-play man Rick Riz.
Every game in this series is a 2-game swing. If you win, you're 4 out. If you lose, you're 6 out. So this is important. They've got to win the series at least.
First pitch tonight at 5:10 on our sister station 710 Seattle Sports. Also this weekend.
Touchdown! Seahawks! Jackson, Smith, and Jigba.
Seahawks kick off their preseason against the Dallas Cowboys. Tomorrow night at 5. You can catch all that action right here on KIRO News Radio. The forecast for the weekend's looking nice. Slightly hazy skies for today, mixed with some sunshine. Highs will be in the upper 70s today, again tomorrow, and again on Sunday. All sunshine. Right now, 74 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, final hour of the week, which always makes me kind of sad. So I just wish we could spend more time with you guys. I actually just called my wife. I said, would you mind if I tried to convince John Curley to let me do 3 more hours on his show just to hang out? She said I couldn't. Otherwise, I swear I'd be here if I could. I don't know if John would even let me. But
That's
man,
so
I
weird.
wish I could.
My wife just called me and asked if I could stay at work longer. That's so weird.
Not weird. Very strange. This is a fun part of the show because it's Friday Favorites. We get to look back on the long week of stuff. The week flew by the way.
It did. Really
We've done, let me read to you guys. This is a little peek behind the curtain. I'm going to read to you, what was the first day of this week?
Would have been Monday?
Monday the 9th.
Sorry.
No, Monday. Yeah, you're right. Monday the 10th.
I love this job.
I'm going to read you just, and the way that we do these stories is we'll have these little these little slugs where I can then click in and then there's a bunch of audio and stuff that Laura pulls and we can talk about all these things. Here's all the stuff that we've talked about this week. Cats on a boat, fires, income tax, news anchor falls asleep, ice skating couple, cheese banks in Italy, Mamdani taxes, Trump vaccines, more updates on the cat boat, Cal Raleigh feeling very bad about himself, which is probably warranted. Katie Wilson recall efforts, WNBA stuff, Powerball winner, Mamdani delivery drivers in New York. I mean, just, the list goes on and on. How do you pick from all that stuff? It's next to impossible.
It's an embarrassment of riches. You've called it.
Yeah,
it really is.
And yet we do it every single week.
Yeah.
I'm particularly proud of mine this week. It's going to put a smile on your face.
Awesome.
It's going to make you happy.
Mine, this isn't my favorite story of the week, but I think it might be the most important story of the week. And may I go first?
Oh, I'm trying to figure out. It's a mystery
from
game.
that
I'm trying to
okay,
figure
yeah.
out from that tease what it is. It's not cheese vaults.
It's not Parmesan melting in Italy, which I love that story. By the way, if you missed that story, you can go back and look at the podcast from this week.
Yeah.
In Italy, in Italy, Parmesan cheese is gold.
Yeah.
They have a reserve. They have a bank where farmers or cheesemakers, I should say, cheesemongers, because that's the most valuable asset they have, they put their wheel of Parmesan in the bank and are given a small loan.
As collateral for loans?
Yeah, and when the loan is paid back, they get back their prized cheese.
Here is your
because
cheese.
of the 5th heat wave hitting Europe this summer,
Yeah.
the cheese is melting.
Which I feel like they should have had some sort of a cooling system built into a... It's a vault of cheese.
You'd think, yeah. But they've been doing
But
it
I'm not Italian, so
they've
what
been
do
doing it
I
for
know?
a long, long, long time.
Yeah.
You know?
It's strange to me.
That's not my story.
That's not it?
That's not it.
Okay. Laura, do you have one this week?
I do.
All right. Let's
bet you guys can
keep
guess.
people in suspense on yours, Spike.
Okay,
I bet
okay.
I bet yours is about cats. Am I right?
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
That's all about
Obviously. Cats
All right.
on a boat. Honestly, I'm really just picking this because we never had an opportunity to play this iconic song, which I did pull on Monday.
Everybody wants to be a cat. Hallelujah, everybody.
From again?
Aristocats.
The Aristocats.
Aristocats.
And we speculate maybe the Driftocats would be their sequel.
That could
Cats
be.
on a boat.
Yeah,
You bet.
when I was a child, this would have been animated into a child's movie about cats living on a boat.
It would make an adorable picture book.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You should make one with AI. This is like a total side thing. Somebody should make an AI kids book about all the cats on a boat, and maybe they sail off and like they start an island somewhere.
Teach them to fish.
I don't even know if they could fish.
Yeah, they could.
That
Sure,
could be
they
part
could.
of it.
Little
They're
paws
probably
and
already
little,
pretty good.
little
Yeah.
chairs.
Dip their tails in the water.
Little chairs with seatbelts, a staff, little paws reeling them in.
That would be adorable.
I mean,
adorable.
The story is adorable except for the fact that, then we saw pictures of the inside, right?
The 2 inches of feces
Ooh.
definitely take a little bit away from the
I'm
magic.
not at all surprised that the guy on the boat. So we learned more about the person on the boat. He'd just been living on this boat with 61 plus-ish cats.
Possibly more. We
for
don't know
months.
for sure.
It
Yeah.
started with one cat who had a litter of kittens, and then in the
He
course
couldn't
of
afford to spay them all.
To spay them all, in the course of 4 years, there were 61.
You know what's gross about that?
Well, how much time do we have? Go on.
What, that they're inbred?
That's all inbred
I
cats.
know, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are all inbred cats. That's incestuous cats.
They're royalty.
Well, okay.
The Aristocats.
Right.
You just-
They are truly Aristocats.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
Sorry.
Okay, here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
What if you introduce one of these like boat cats once you cleaned all the feces off to Jimothy, and then the two of them became friends, and then you have a whole separate book series where like one of these boat cats who's called Captain, he goes around with Jimothy, and they like I don't know if my mind always goes to solving crime.
Yeah, sure.
But like maybe maritime crimes.
There you go.
They could go around and
they end piracy. They fight piracy.
They fight piracy, and they're also they know stuff about the sea.
They're scampering around the docks.
Scampering around docks.
Right. When they have to go ashore, Jimothy takes over. It's his territory.
Yeah.
You bet.
I love this idea. Nobody steal it, please.
Wait a minute. Did we just put this out there?
Overcoming challenges
give it away?
of, short spine, him breeding, nothing can hold you back.
It's a total buddy comedy. I love it.
They're both talking about their specific ailments. Like he's got the short spine syndrome. The other one's like, well, my sister's also my mom. And then the book just kind of quietly ends.
Oh, sailing away.
And then the parents don't read the rest to their kids because they don't want to have to explain any of these harsh realities of.
Everybody's a little different.
Oh man,
we're all in this world, in this boat together.
The fact that guy lived on that boat. That Seattle Times piece, I mean, like, we didn't get too much into that because
we
it's
had
like kind of...
Tacoma Animal Rescue was on yesterday talking about how we can move forward and take care of it. It is.
I felt bad for him.
But I was almost enheartened by the fact that this guy had next to nothing. And what he invested in was insurance for the boat to keep their home safe.
Yeah.
And food for the cats.
Yeah, and like popcorn for himself. I mean, like...
The microwave's the only thing that worked on that boat.
Did you see the microwave, by the way? Those pictures?
The only thing with a door that like closes.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Sort of feces coated.
And popcorn is the only utensil-free, plate-free food there is.
That's crazy.
I bet he was just using the pre-made bags.
Right?
Just put it in the microwave.
Yeah, eat it out of the bag. And then just drop the bag on the floor because I was going to notice.
Let me just say, so the reason that he ended up off the boat was obviously because one of the cats bit his hand, and then his hand really swelled up. It was like, in those conditions,
it's infected.
Yeah,
you would definitely need antibiotics.
Yeah.
Well, there was a couple days. He had to take antibiotics to get better. But when that interim while he was gone, somebody intervened.
Somebody was like, "That's a lot of cats," and the cat who bit him was like an uncle brother cat. I mean, it's a dark story.
It is.
What do you do with all these cats?
Well, they're all going to the Tacoma Humane Society. I hope people adopt them. I know I loved the story of people on the beach who saw one of the cats fall into the water, which has apparently been happening, and swam out to the boat and rescued the cat, even though the cat was scratching them the whole way back to shore.
The guy stripped down and swam out to the cat, and they floated on his back with the cat on his chest, digging into his chest.
And listen, our water is cold.
Gosh.
That is...
That's
heroic.
another beautiful chapter of the child's book. It's like a little catfish swimming around.
Chapter 5, Love Scratch.
Yeah. Oh, that's really a crazy story.
It's too crazy to not pick it,
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Do you want to do yours next? You want me to go?
Go for it. Let's hear the mystery.
Well, I would point out the fact that today's My Northwest has another story about a motorcycle collision involving a semi today on Highway 18 on Tiger Mountain. It is the 5th or 6th motorcycle collision we've had to report on in the last few weeks. I had a story about 2 weeks ago about lane splitting on I-5 and how it wasn't worth the risk.
I see it every day now.
Don't you?
I see people doing it I think it's because, I don't know. I don't know why people are doing it.
I think it's the increased commute time because of the Revive I-5. It's the influx of new cyclists to this region who come from a region where lane splitting was legal and commonplace to a region where it's neither. That's why I say it's just not worth the risk. Because
it's so dangerous.
People here aren't ready to look over their shoulder when they change lanes from a motorcycle that's coming up at 3 times the rate of speed as traffic is moving.
I wonder if it's new motorcycle riders too. Like maybe there's people who are like
probably
trying to get away from high gas prices, and they're like, hey, maybe I'll try a bike. And then they split lanes.
When these tough economic times, you bet.
Could be.
You fill up my tank on my motorcycle, cost me $12, last me a week. Yeah.
Does it really?
That's it, yeah.
Jeez Louise, that's pretty good.
But my story of the week is about another motorcycle accident because this one hit, I hate to say, really close to home.
Yeah, it did.
Our own Bob Stelton of Seattle Sports.
He's okay, thank goodness.
Yeah, well, I'm in a Bob show. I asked him earlier this week, how you doing? Well, not, Bubba, and he told me the story of his motorcycle accident on Tuesday, September 4th at 12:30 p.m. August 4th. I say that because he was involved in a hit and run in West Seattle, approaching a red light, and as he was coming up to this intersection, he was slowing down the motorcycle as you do, and the light turned green, and rather than come to a stop and then start again, practicality and safety dictated he just rolled on the throttle and picked up speed.
It's a green light.
We all do it.
Drives through the intersection with a green light. Yeah.
There was a car waiting at the red light to make a left turn, and when the light turned green, the car that was waiting to make the left judged erroneously They had time to make a left turn in front of the oncoming Bob Stelton and took him out.
Who was not speeding, by the way. We've both seen this video. He's not like flying through.
That's the thing. There's video of this from a 7-Eleven store. It was outside of a 7-Eleven store in West Seattle.
You want me to play some of his describing of the accident?
Oh, please.
Yeah, here we go.
I was actually on my way to Seahawks camp for work, and I was about a half mile from my house on my motorcycle. And I was approaching a 4-way intersection, and the light was red, so I'm slowing down. No cars in front of me. I'm the first one, and I'm probably doing 15 miles an hour, and then the light turns green. So then I speed up to go through the intersection, and the car opposite me was looking to turn left. Obviously, they have to yield to oncoming traffic, but this person elected not to and took me out, and I showed the video to Spike.
It's brutal.
You showed it to me, too. I watched it.
I have Bluetooth in my helmet.
Yeah.
And I was actually on the phone with my girlfriend at the time. And once I hit the ground, it knocked all the wind out of me. Because I landed flat. I was in the air, landed flat on my back, and all the air just said, "See ya." So then I was just making noise.
Yeah, that's it.
And she's going, "What are you doing?" And I couldn't say anything because I had no air. And then finally I was able to spit out, "I just got hit." And she freaked out and, "Where are you?" and started calling people. But
a witness to the accident then comes up and approaches you to ask if you're okay.
Yeah, and I thought it was the person that hit me. And I felt bad because it was a very nice older lady who came running out there. And she said, "I saw you. I saw the whole thing. I saw you." And I had smacked my head.
"Why'd you hit me with your car?"
I said, "And you still turned in front of me? What the bleep were you thinking?"
You just assumed that she was doing the right thing and checking on you
I thought
after hitting you.
Yeah, I thought she was the one that hit me, and I was dazed. And she said, "It wasn't me, sweetie." And I was
my. That's a tough spot. I would not want to get chastised by Bob because he's a big guy.
He's probably stand a better chance if he's flat on his back after a motorcycle accident.
That helps.
I'm with you.
But he's a muscular guy.
Well, here's the reason. Here's why this is my story of the week. Because this is where maybe you and I and the audience can help out a little bit. Bob was involved in a hit and run. The car hit him and turned around to take a look at how he was, and then sped away. We've seen this all in a video, as you mentioned. There's video from a 7-Eleven store where it was at the intersection Bob was approaching. And there's a camera, a surveillance camera at the 7-Eleven store.
Which he got.
And Bob, of course, police arrived. Bob was put into an ambulance, taken to the hospital where he spent 9 hours. He was given a card from a detective because the police are involved in this. But Bob hasn't heard a word in almost 2 weeks since this incident. He has no idea whether or not the witnesses that helped approach him after the incident itself, he has no idea how to contact them. Although hopefully,
thank you for
or he has no idea if the police are investigating the hit and run driver himself, if anything's been going on or herself. We don't know yet. I'm assuming
themselves.
He has no idea where his motorcycle is because his insurance company took it from the police impound yard because they towed it away. The thing is, the police aren't responding to inquiries. Bob is reaching out to the detective to say, "Hey, can you tell me what's going on with my case?" And he's left voicemails and emails and gotten no response.
Yeah.
And Bob told me that he emailed the detective or the supervisor of the detective handling his case and got back a formal email from the supervisor saying, "Hey, if you want information about your case, we have a public records. You can request public records."
I wonder if it's just because nobody died, which is good, thankfully. The injury was significant, but it was not life-threatening.
It's not life-threatening. Bob's got severe bruising, soft tissue injuries, and a torn pectoral muscle.
Yeah.
It's pretty significant, but not life-threatening. Yeah, I get you.
As far as if you were hit in a hit and run on a motorcycle,
trust me,
it could be way worse. Yeah, it could be way worse. And I just wonder if it just has fallen below some standard of because we know how much they're strapped for people.
Resources, yeah.
Isn't there only I forget what the number is, but there's only a handful of detectives who investigate this kind of stuff for SPD. And so that's legwork they got to do.
Somehow the number 5 comes to mind.
I was going to say, I thought it was less than 10, I thought.
Yeah. And maybe that's the case, and it's just because I know Bob and I ride a motorcycle, and this sits a little close to home for me. But it'd be nice if we knew what was going on.
Yeah, you should know what's going on. And we've reached out to people, so we're trying to get them answers.
Is it okay? But you had done some detective work.
I don't know whether it's okay if I say what kind of car it is, because
we're speculating.
I don't want to put out the wrong information in case it's wrong.
That's fine.
But I feel
that's responsible.
90% certain that I know the make and model of the car. it puts it in a tricky spot. I don't want people going around.
That's fair, and that's responsible.
On a car in West Seattle.
That's responsible. I get it.
All right.
Anyway,
we'll keep you up to date on that one. Mine, I'll do this one fast. It's going to lift your spirits. 7-year-old kid in Ohio. It's the Lemonade Kid
Ezra,
who wants to be a shepherd, and it's just. Have you seen the movie, by the way, Sheep Detectives? You've seen?
I did.
It's delightful.
It is delightful. Yeah.
It's funny because when I saw it in the theater, I fell asleep. And I did not.
You were counting sheep.
I was counting sheep, 100%.
Right?
Yeah. I took my kids, fell asleep. It's a good family movie. You can watch it with your family, although the material's kind of dark because there's a murder. But the sheep are trying to solve a murder.
Because they love their shepherd.
But when I watched it the second time on Amazon, now it's like falling into that category of like just delightful British movies that just make you feel good. I highly recommend it, The Sheep Detectives. But this kid, he's in Ohio. He has a lemonade stand because he wants to be a shepherd and he wants to buy some very specific types of sheep. And here's a little bit of this kid. He's adorable.
This is like how I'm gonna make money for all the supplies and stuff.
At 7 years old, Ezra Lehman might just be Ohio's youngest entrepreneur.
Some lemonade, most of the tomatoes and this and all the zucchini, but not the money.
Ezra started his first farm stand last year just selling flowers without really any plan. He ended up making about $200.
Last year's work got him a video game. This year, he has a bigger investment in mind.
I'm just trying to buy sheep and make fat stacks of cash.
That was a headline. It's just all you need when this kid is saying, I want to buy sheep to make fat stacks of cash.
I'm just trying to buy sheep and make fat stacks of cash.
What a little genius. And he's right. These sheep are super valuable. They sell for very good for per pound in the meat if you're going to, actually process them. There's probably a wool component, which you brought up.
Yeah, I would hope.
You don't have to, you don't have to eat them. You could also that's a renewable resource.
Yeah,
they're going to grow every year.
Well, he says sister has goats and he wants to raise these Icelandic sheep. They're beautiful.
They got horns and they're they're very nice.
Just a little entrepreneur, little make it happen kind of guy.
Yep.
That's good parenting. That's America right there.
That's
man.
America.
Lemonade stand, sell some produce, a couple extra zucchini, tomatoes from mom and dad's garden.
The flag, lemonade stand, Icelandic sheep. That's America, isn't it?
It is. It's a beautiful.
Ain't that America? I feel like we need who's the guy who's singing?
Johnny Cougar Mellencamp.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, we got more. Believe it or not, folks, that's not the end of the show. We got more coming up. Do you guys remember? This is a fun Friday story. Do you guys remember the viral Olympic break dancer whose name was Ray Gunn?
Oh, well, yeah, I remember.
She has an update, and she has something coming out.
She learned to break dance. I don't want to give it away.
This is a really fun story. You're not going to want to miss this. Great audio. Stick around. Be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
KIRO Newsradio is honored to bring home one of the nation's top awards in our industry, the prestigious National Edward R. Murrow Award for breaking news coverage. One award is the result of our team's hard work every single day, and none of it would be possible without you. You trust us with important information every time you choose us. Whether you listen over the air, on the KIRO Newsradio app, or you watch us on YouTube, thank you.
Hey, Spike O'Neill for Ageless Living. If you're at the point of your life where it's time to consider assisted living or memory care for yourself or a loved one, do yourself a favor and take a look at the amenities and the facilities of Ageless Living. Go to agelessliving.com/spike and schedule a visit today. We're talking about luxury communities, chef-prepared meals, resort-style amenities, and the kind of care that they are recognized for coast to coast. Ageless Living voted the #1 senior living facility community in all of America for 2025. That's from Seniorly Magazine. They reviewed 60,000 communities, 500,000 reviews, and they voted Ageless Living #1 in America. Go to agelessliving.com/spike and schedule a visit today. You'll be glad you did.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. You've heard the saying, you are what you eat. Eggs are an incredible source of protein and omega-3s. But have you thought about what the hens eat to make healthier eggs? At Wilcox Farms, our hens enjoy organic pastures and a diet of organic grains and flaxseed, creating vibrant yolks, richer flavor, and real nutrition for your family. Next time you're at the store, choose Wilcox Eggs. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
My name is Jeff. I live in Northern California, and I am 65 years old, actually 65 and a half as of 2 days ago. I've been practicing medicine for 37 years. People have this impression that doctors know insurance, that they understand insurance. Let me assure you they do not. Medicare is complex. It's really complex, and the government did not make it easy to understand. Chapter really helps you understand it. They talked me through what my options were, and then they helped me tailor-make a plan. One of the things that really impressed me with Chapter was the human touch element of it. I was not talking to an AI agent. I was talking to a real person who answered my questions. And not only that, but they remembered the particulars from our last conversation. They really weren't just being a representative, that they actually cared about me as a person. And that sounds cliche, but it makes all the difference in the world.
To learn more about how you can get free personalized Medicare advice, visit chapter.com today. Again, that's chapter.com.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
All right, I'm very happy to have Phil Mitchell from Sunset Auto Family on with me right now. And Phil, you guys offer such an amazing value for people who are driving their cars a little bit longer now, and you guys offer repairs for life. How does that work?
Basically, we're going to cover any repair we do for $250 or over for as long as you own the vehicle.
So let me ask you this question. Let's say that I buy my vehicle elsewhere. My transmission on my car breaks down. You guys fix it. 10 years later, I have the same problem. You guys are going to fix that again for no cost?
That's right. No cost to you for as long as you own the vehicle.
So why would you even offer this? This has got to be incredibly expensive for you.
You know what? We just want to keep our customers for life. So chances are if we do a repair for life and we take good care of you, you might look us up when you decide to get a new vehicle. And we want to be your lifetime dealer.
So somebody really does feel like they're part of the Sunset Auto family.
That's exactly right. We want you to be part of the family, and that's why we take good care of you.
Oil changes for life, warranty protection for life, and repairs for life. Only at Sunset Kia in Auburn, Sunset Ford, and Sunset Chevrolet in Sumner. You just get more at Sunset, and people do like that.
Anthony Hamilton with Tony, live in the Tulalip Amphitheater, Thursday, September 10th. Tickets are on sale now. Details at TulalipCasino.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo, West Seattle. You will need to wait a little bit longer to get light rail. KIRO News Radio's Chris Sullivan tells us Sound Transit pushed back that timeline another 3 years to 2035.
Big time delays for the folks in that community. The good news is at least Sound Transit says it is currently funded and fundable under their current circumstances, which includes that $35 billion hole going forward. So it looks like they're going to go with this. It's just going to take maybe 9 years from now until we'll be able to open to West Seattle.
Chicago jury awards $29 million to the family of a man killed in the 2019 crash of a Boeing 737 MAX in Ethiopia. Mick Ryan was among 157 people who died in that crash. Boeing tells us it is deeply sorry about the crash that killed Ryan and about the deadly crash of another 737 MAX the year before in Indonesia. The owner of a Washington mill missed a deadline to clean it up. Now the EPA is stepping in. As we hear from KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
Federal and state crews are now removing hundreds of thousands of gallons of toxic chemicals from the shuttered Cosmos Specialty Fibers mill in Cosmopolis, according to the Seattle Times. The push comes after that chemical tank rupture killed 11 workers at a Longview mill in May. Cosmo owner Richard Bassett calls the cleanup a theft of $2 million in chemicals and says regulators are lying about conditions at the site. The effort could cost $8 million, and it's possible the mill won't be able to reopen. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
The director of HBO's Hard Knocks says expectations have been exceeded at the Seahawks training facility. Pat Harris tells 710 Seattle Sports the setting on Lake Washington is a director's dream.
Like, okay, the water's right there. Here's where all the Eagles, hang out. And then you go into the facility itself, you just seeing, I think, all the natural light that came through. And I know our camera people were there. And we're just like, their eyes kind of lit up.
Next episode of Hard Knocks drops Tuesday nights. It'll feature the Seahawks hosting the Dallas Cowboys for their first preseason game. Kickoff is tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, right here on KIRO News Radio. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 2:33. We check in with Nate Combs.
It is already crazy busy out there, Aaron. This one brought to us by KIRO Newsradio App. Up in Everett, northbound 529 at the Steamboat Slough, we have a new blocking problem, and it's a parking lot starting back at Marine View Drive, Canyon Park. We've still got a collision north 405. Before 527, it's now blocking just the right lane, so it opens up a lane for you. But the backup start in Kirkland, Bellevue to Linwood right now is at 45 minutes, a 20-minute delay. Seattle to Linwood in comparison is just a half hour. South 5, we're jammed up from North Gateway in the downtown at 55 minutes from Linwood. North 5, scattered backups from the north end of Boeing Field now to the Ship Canal Bridge, 35 minutes to get through this. Northbound 99 at the north end of the downtown tunnel, a disabled vehicle blocks the left lane. You're backed up way down past Soto now. South 405, heavy from southeast 8th to northeast 44th. North 405, bumper to bumper from South Center to the Renton S curves. And Tacoma to Olympia, an hour, 10 minutes, 15 miles of backups between JBLM and Olympia. Text the app to 888-973-5476 and download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
A little bit of hazy sunshine today, not impacting air quality too much this afternoon. Still some thunderstorms in the mountains and east of the Cascades. Improving haze this weekend with morning clouds and plenty of afternoon sunshine. Right now, 75 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. We've been waiting all day to do this topic. It's very fun. You will laugh. You'll also laugh at the memory of this. Do you remember the Olympics, Spike? I know you did.
Sure, of course.
2024 Olympics.
You bet.
Everybody was just loving it. Where were the Olympics, by the way, this last time? I should remember this. I don't remember where they were at.
Well, the Winter Olympics were in France. The Summer Olympics were in Paris.
Okay, so this was in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And in Paris, one of the Olympics...
I'm sorry, Winter Olympics were in Italy. Italy. Some Olympics were in Paris.
Okay, but this was the thing we're talking about was in Paris.
We're talking about the breakdancer, right?
Talking about breakdancing.
Yeah, that's summer games. You can't breakdance on ice. They found out.
A lot of people didn't even know that breakdancing was. Oh, that's funny. I didn't get it at first. They should. It would have been more entertaining than some of the breakdancing we saw in Paris. I didn't realize. A lot of people didn't realize that breakdancing was an Olympic sport. I believe this was the first time that breakdancing was an Olympic medaled sport. Isn't that right?
I believe you're correct. I'm looking it up real quick.
I hope it's the last, based on what we saw in Paris. Because one of the breakdancers that they featured...
Yep, 33 dancers took part, yeah.
...was an Australian B-girl, which is, I think that means breakdancing. I think it's called a B-girl.
B-boys and B-girls, correct.
Okay.
Right.
She goes by the name of Ray Gun. People she got a lot of big reactions. The ray gun memes were aplenty. Everyone knew who she was. And Netflix is very smart because Netflix is very quick about making really high quality, good documentaries, like short documentaries on recent events that people would like to know more about. It's essentially just like almost like a long news piece. But they talked to Ray Gun, whose real name is Rachel, about her life, and they have a new documentary coming out, and the title of this is so fantastic. It's called Untold Ray Gun, Breaking Badly, which is the best title. It's so funny.
That is genius.
It is
marketing.
genius. Yeah, it's very smart.
This is so smart.
And here's a little bit of Ray Gun in the documentary talking about her experience, which was crazy. I mean, she was like the most viral person in the world for a minute. And this is a little bit of that Netflix documentary. It comes out September 1st.
Right before the Olympics, I went to my therapist, panicked. She was like, what's the worst that could happen? The whole world could laugh at me. She's like, do you think that's reasonable? I was like, oh no. There was this frenzy. It was this growing monster.
0 points.
How did this person go to the Olympics? I was furious. She was not prepared.
She's vibing, baby.
She's a legend. Some of the memes were funny, then the tone started to change. So Rachel Gunn cheated her way into the Olympics and then had her husband be a judge. I can't just be a meme. Am I Rachel or Ray Gun?
Ray Gun. I remember all of the stories about how she got into the Olympics. Do you remember how it felt kind of scandalous that she got into the Olympics when there was absolutely, it seemed at least, other people with genuine talent?
Yes, I do. With real skill.
With real skill.
Yeah.
Like breakdancing. Sorry, have you ever tried breakdancing?
No.
You must have back in the day. You were a skateboarder.
I was a skateboarder. It was after my time of youthful exuberance.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that makes sense. You're more of a rock guy, and breakdancing is kind of like a hip-hop type thing.
Yeah.
But I remember watching in the lead up to her getting into the Olympics, people were like, how is it possible that this lady who did she would literally be up there. If you don't know who Ray Gun is, it's tough to describe her. It's so crazy. But you go back and watch videos of her. She's from Australia. She represented Australia in breakdancing. And she would literally do like a kangaroo hop as part of her routine. And then she had one where she looked almost like she was the two hands of a watch, and she's like connecting her feet, and the whole thing was so bizarre. People thought it was like she was faking it, almost like an Andy Kaufman routine. And I'm still wondering if that's not what this whole thing is, because now she has a Netflix deal out about it. Do you think she's a real person, or do you think this is just like an artistic act?
I think she's a real person. I think that she couldn't, the conspiracies of how did she get into this, or better breakdancers than her. I think less that I think there was corruption in the judging. I think Australian breakdancing and breakdancing itself knew that this was a story people would care about more than breakdancing. No one could tell you the gold medal winner, the B girl from
100%
France.
I have no idea who
Nobody
that
could
is.
tell you that is.
But I can tell you who last place was.
Exactly. And this now, Breaking Badly, is freaking genius.
Yeah, super smart.
Genius. This is smart play from them. This is like the villain from wrestling, or the wrestling world, the super villains to get eyeballs and get clicks and get chatter. If they made a movie about who was the official champion of I could probably find out.
Who even cares? I don't even care to have you look it up. I just want to know more about Ray Gun.
It was B-girl Amy from Japan. Amy Yosa won the Olympic gold, but who? No disrespect, B-girl Amy.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
But Ray Gun with her kangaroo hop in their hands of a clock, and the fact that
the hands of the clock was so great.
I'd memory hold this for personal survival skills and self-defense.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
I saw it's highlighted in this Netflix documentary trailer, but there was people who were putting, because it was very funny. It's a very specific looking thing where she's laying on the ground, and it looks like her hands are at noon and 3, and her legs are at 3 and her hands are at noon, and then she just brings her hands together. That's a breakdancing move, laying on the ground. It looks almost like a worm or something. It doesn't make any sense. Am I describing it as even worse?
Yeah. No, you're doing it to justice it deserves.
But somebody put a cardboard cutout of her doing that on the back of their windshield wiper. So every time their windshield wiper was turned on, it was her doing the thing. And it was just, it's in the documentary. You can see it.
Yeah.
What it must have been like. I mean, that is a wild ride for her to be so universally hated for her talent. or lack thereof.
Well, we all love to, what do they call it when you, Schadenfreude, when you revel in the misery of others?
Sure.
We reveled in how bad she was. We felt superior. Even I could probably break dance better than that.
You
Many
100% could.
Yeah. Well, that's why it was so attractive to people. And then when the world turned against her, we love that too. Yeah. We do. As a society, we're vicious.
Yeah, we like to see people brought down.
When's this debut on Netflix? Because I'm there.
September 1st.
I'm there.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. Absolutely. Who would play her in a movie? I know the perfect actress play her in the movie. Although the actress is very. Ray Gunn is not bad looking. No. But she's not like, Okay, you say you. Okay. Let's say them at the same time. Don't say the name out loud. Say it out loud. It's count of 3. Will people even know this? I don't know. Okay, ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Molly
Rose
Shannon.
Byrne. Oh, Molly Shannon. Molly Shannon's a little too old, I think.
Is she? But maybe
but
it was
they
the
look
Catherine
exactly
Gallagher,
alike.
right? And the Catherine Gallagher, the whole.
You're totally right. Yeah,
she'd be great.
Yeah,
from a
superstar.
comedic person, I love Rose Byrne though. She could do comedy. She could really do
She's
comedy.
very funny.
She's great at comedy.
She's very funny.
She was an Oscar nominee this last round too for a very serious role.
Yeah, she's also in Peter Rabbit.
Is she really? Okay.
Yeah.
Voice work? Yeah.
No, she plays like a. She plays
a human and animated thing, kind of.
Yeah, it's like a CGI thing.
Okay.
Yeah, she's in Peter Rabbit 1 and 2. She's very talented, but I think she could be Ray Gunn. Molly Shannon could also be Ray Gunn.
Molly Shannon would be great. Maybe after their fame had left her by.
You guys can watch this September 1st. I will be watching. Spike will be watching.
What's it called again?
It's called Ray Gunn Breaking Badly. Untold Ray Gunn Breaking Badly. Really smart title.
Absolutely the best.
Good for them. All right. It's last call. We have your just like the silhouette picture of her at the top of the thing.
I know, it's great.
Perfect.
It's hilarious, man.
All right, we got last call next. We got all your text messages. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Charlie Harger.
I want to be a watchdog.
From Seattle's Morning News.
Somebody who is not accepting from the government at face value what they're telling you. I might not even be necessarily against a politician, but if I see an issue or a policy that I think are worthy of a conversation, I'm going to bring it up.
Hear Charlie's 7:35 commentary every morning on Seattle's Morning News.
You can watch all of Charlie's commentaries anytime on the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Is that a new bump on your dog's neck? Or is that bump just a part of his neck? Could be a bug bite or something way worse.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Wait, there's another bump right by the first bump.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Paid political announcement.
If you care about keeping groceries affordable, listen up. Seattle City Hall is considering an ordinance that could put grocery discounts, rewards, and coupons, otherwise known as your everyday savings, at risk. As the cost of living continues to climb, Seattleites rely on grocery store rewards programs to help stretch their household budgets. Now, City Hall wants to take these away. The mayor's proposed fair pricing ordinance could have the exact opposite outcome and make everyday living more expensive for those already struggling to get by. Protect Seattle Savings is a coalition dedicated to defending the everyday savings that Seattle families rely on. We're working with the mayor's office to improve the proposal and keep costs down, but we could use your help. If you care about keeping groceries affordable, visit ProtectSeattleSavings.com to learn more and join the cause. Again, visit ProtectSeattleSavings.com now to learn more.
Paid for by Protect Seattle Savings.
Guys, if your energy is down, your workouts feel harder, and your drive isn't what it used to be, it may not be aging. It could be low testosterone. At Revive Health here in Seattle, the first step is simple: a free testosterone exam and consultation with an experienced medical provider. We'll review your labs, symptoms, and overall health to determine if testosterone therapy could help improve your energy, strength, and performance. And for a limited time, qualified patients can get started with a free month of TRT. Revive has helped over 120,000 men since 2011 improve energy, sleep, mood, and confidence. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Get answers and take control of your health. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivehealth.com. Revive Health. Elevate your vibe. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact Revive for full details.
I like it hot.
Beg your pardon?
Can you make it hot for me, Dan?
I think so.
Half heated ain't hot enough.
No.
That's why I called you.
Apollo Plumbing.
Yeah, my sorry old water heater.
Oh.
Ain't getting me the hots anymore.
You want hot water.
That's what I said.
That's what we do at Apollo Plumbing.
And you're ready?
Right now.
When can you?
How about today?
Same day?
We'll have you in hot water tonight.
Clever. How about an upgrade?
A tankless water heater would mean endless hot water.
Now you're cooking.
That's just for starters.
Starters?
How about we make it a worry-free water heater?
Worry-free?
Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Which covers?
Repair, service, all included.
And when it wears out?
Apollo replaces it.
No extra charge?
Nothing.
Nil?
Nada. As an Apollo A-list member, you're covered.
And payments?
To fit your budget with approved credit, of course.
And I'm hot again.
Worry-free.
That's for me.
We're on our way.
Thanks for making it hot.
We're ApolloPlumbing.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh, no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. Did you know every qualifying vehicle at Sunset Auto Family comes with oil changes for life? That's about $150 each, and you get up to 5 a year, saving you thousands over the life of your vehicle. Visit our friends at Sunset Auto Family. You just get more at Sunset, and people do like that.
When your closets don't work, the pantry's jammed, garage useless, most homes were never designed for real life. Charlie Harder here for Closets by Design. It's so much more than just closets, garages, pantries, laundry rooms, home offices, wall beds, all custom built. For a limited time, get 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. Go to closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Welcome back to the show. All right, it's last call. We got your text messages. Man, we got a ton of great stuff today. Laura, fire away.
The guy who was dangling from an overpass on I-5 this morning and Jake got stuck in the, absolute standstill traffic jam.
Total stop.
206 says, I was dead stopped on I-5 near Mount Vernon many years ago. People were out of their cars talking, and I was right next to an on-ramp. I thought about it for a while, then started my car and headed up the ramp. By the time I got to the top, there was a parade following me up the ramp. We continued south and then got back on at the next ramp beyond the accident. Problem solved.
Sometimes you just gotta figure out a way. Like if there's a post-apocalyptic thing happening, I'm not saying this was, but some people will lead. Yeah. Some people will stick around and get eaten by the zombies. You never know.
Be bold. Your fortune favors the bold.
Good for you, 206.
Curtis in Auburn says, stop traffic like this causes emergency vehicles to not be able to reach their destinations. Chucklehead playing around like that can really have dire consequences. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
We really dodged a bullet.
206 is somebody who has needed emergency transport to a hospital and minutes counted. Anybody that blocks a freeway willfully should be charged with a felony. 100%. It's like the same chuckleheads that block the road when they're protesting.
Agreed.
Lock them up.
Yeah, just because you got lucky and nobody needed to get to a hospital.
Yep.
Oh, and Bob Stelton's hit and run on his motorcycle. Destiny in Seattle says, when I took my motorcycle class in Shoreline, we were taught to always assume any car we see will pull out in front of us. Because when the human brain sees a motorcycle, it makes the judgment call that small means slow. Your brain can't gauge how fast it's actually going. This is why we don't pull out in front of semi-trucks, no matter how slow they're going. This training saved me from a terrible accident more than once. So sorry to hear about Bob.
Laura, do you want to do another one?
Yeah, on covering the flock cameras and Renton with trash bags, Adam from Bonnie Lake says, do you think Bob Ferguson will tax those bags they're putting on there at 12 cents a piece?
I hope so. It's good for the environment, I hear.
Doug Mount Vernon says they should use environmentally friendly, recyclable, usable bags. Use grocery bags. Yeah, nice.
253 says there is already proof of people hacking these systems and using it for their own gain, like to follow an ex-girlfriend or an ex-wife, whoever they want, and it's really easy to hack. Interesting, 253.
360 says, usually I agree with Jake, but this time I'm with Spike. It's totally not overkill. They should have these cameras removed, honestly. We chase off First Amendment auditors with disgust. Why are we allowing these cameras to remain is beyond me. It's pure idiocy.
425, Jake, usually I agree with you, but the camera thing in Renton isn't a nice thing, and it's not a law thing. It's a private company that is more interested in selling your data than your safety thing. It's well known that other tech surveillance companies will activate your cameras and microphone without your permission. Why should Flock be any different? That's from 425.
And 360 says, I find it absolutely ridiculous that the same people that are fussing about flock cameras are walking around with a cell phone. Privacy is a thing of the past.
Oh, boy, I wish you weren't right about that. On the Seahawks, the new Seahawks with some felony charges, CAB says 8 felonies. If this was a non-athlete, you'd be saying we're soft on crime and he should be in jail. Thanks, guys. Always a good show.
George in Fremont says, why do we make excuses for athletes and celebrities? Simple question. Would you hire them for a position in your company knowing their issues? This guy seems like somebody I wouldn't want sitting next to me in the cubicle. I would just say this to George. If your job is to cover wide receivers, then you probably would want this guy sitting next to you in the cubicle because he's very, very good. But if your job is just to sit in the cubicle and crunch numbers, you may not want this guy.
There you go.
So, I understand George's concern.
On the $1 billion Powerball winner, 253 says, my sister-in-law said her friend's aunt. Okay, it's through the grapevine.
My sister-in-law friend's aunt's mother saw Ferris at 31 Flavors.
The aunt won a Mega Millions in Washington, and the state required her to get financial counseling services, security, and stuff like that. I don't know if any of that's true, but it would be interesting to find out what requirements exist state to state, and especially in Washington.
Wow.
That's interesting.
I think in Washington you have to pay $37 a gallon for gas if you want to jackpot that.
If you get rich?
Yeah, if you have to pay that.
You have to pay that much?
Yeah. Barbara says you cannot buy good health.
Well, you know what you can buy, though?
Good food.
Healthcare.
You can buy food that keeps you healthy.
Yeah.
You can pay for really good medical treatment that gets you healthy.
Rich people are getting like full body scans in MRI machines just to double check that make sure everything's okay and there's no tumors or anything happening.
And that kind of attention and care is not available to those who can't afford it. It's true, man. So
that's true. That's true, but yes, that's true. That if you can't afford something, it may not be available to you, but it's
and most often,
if you got it, it's good.
If it's got it, it's good. I highly recommend it.
I try to get scans that that doctors are telling me I don't need.
You got to be your own strongest advocate.
You do.
Luke Ducey told us that. Luke's doing fine, by the way, because we haven't mentioned this on air.
100%.
But Luke's surgery went as well as could possibly be hoped for.
Yep.
And he's on his road to recovery.
There you go.
Okay, we got to get to some of these more of the Sound Transit.
Okay, I'm going to read these really
ideas.
fast. I'll read these really fast. 253, new logo, over budget, under delivered, guaranteed, or we'll lower your taxes. 253, I moved out of the taxing district. 206, they should take just a photo of all the middle managers that they hired in the last year.
Joel says Scat's already taken. That's what we call our community transit in Skagit County. Dang.
All right, get one more, Laura. Get your favorite one.
Sound Transit, aim for the moon. Even if you miss, you might hit Ballard in a few years.
There you go. It's a good one to end on. All right, John Curley's coming up next. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you back here next week. Bye-bye.
I've lived here almost my entire life.
Seattle's morning news host, Charlie Harger.
I love Seattle. I love that I'm able to raise my children here.
Hear Charlie's 7:35 commentary every morning on Seattle's Morning News.
So when I see something that I think might need some attention, that's me pointing out areas of improvement. That is not me saying that Seattle is somehow bad.
You can watch all of Charlie's commentaries anytime on the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel.
If you haven't been to the Earthwise Salvaged Lumber Warehouse in Soto yet, you're missing out. Beams, flooring, shelves, live edge slabs, and so much more. One-of-a-kind pieces that show up one day and disappear the next. This stuff is rare, it's real, and once it's gone, it's gone. Contractors, designers, DIYers, no time to lumber around. Inventory changes daily, and the good stuff does not wait. Earthwise Salvaged Lumber Warehouse. Open in Soto. Go to ewsalvage.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
All right, I'm very excited to be speaking with Phil Mitchell. He is a new advertiser on the show. He owns Sunset Auto Family. Phil, welcome.
Thanks, Jake.
I want to talk about something that I cannot stress enough, how valuable this is for anybody who's looking for a car. You guys do oil changes for life. What does that mean?
Well, basically, it means if you buy a car that qualifies for oil changes for life, we're going to give you 5 oil changes a year. And they're about $150 now. You know, oil goes up and down, but guess what? We're going to change the oil for as long as you own that vehicle on us.
Like you're saying, oil changes are $150. They're even more if you're driving a diesel. And so you hold on to a vehicle for 10 years, that's like $10,000.
Oh, it can be even more than that. We've got a guy that's been changing his oil since 1985. He's gotten more oil changes than the car cost, and we're still changing it for him because that's what we do. We're your lifetime dealer.
And this is what people are going to get at Sunset Auto Family.
That's right. Great service for as long as you own the vehicle.
Oil changes for life. Only at Sunset Kia in Auburn, Sunset Ford, and Sunset Chevrolet in Sumner. You just get more at Sunset, and people do like that.
Washington drivers share the road with thousands of semi-trucks, but new reporting and federal investigations have unveiled that as many as 1 in 5 of those trucks are operated by chameleon carriers.